Okay, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's stream. Welcome to 713. Yes, the eve of 714. So I wanted to do a stream tonight because we haven't streamed for a while and just kind of have a prelude to the epic 714 anniversary mega stream. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be reacting to this middle ground Jubilee video. I think it's going to be very interesting of liberal teens versus conservative parents. Now, we've done quite a few of these reactions to the middle ground debates before. I don't really have much else to say. Let's get right into it, and let me actually check my messages to make sure David Carlson is all right, because he is trying to call me right now. So he says, yeah, so am I. Oh, David is also on stream. Wow. He says, your Jubilee. Okay. All right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let us get started. I think this is going to be very interesting stuff. People are saying I should call David on stream right now. Should I? Should we call David on stream? Isn't he on stream right now? Okay. So anyways, here we go.
And because you stressed out, you go change your gender. Because you want to try something new, once you do it, you can't go back. The more you throw stuff at kids before they develop, that's indoctrination.
When Jubilee created Middle Ground, the intention was to uncover humanity and empathy shared among strangers with opposing beliefs. Whether your political beliefs are on the left or the right, we all exist within our own echo chambers. So for this episode,
sorry for the odd start.
Analyze your news sources and show you their biases. The participants of this episode agreed to take the quiz and share their results. We encourage you to do the same.
Step forward if you agree with the prompt. Cancel culture is a good thing.
We have the freedom to say what you want, but everyone else has the freedom to respond and cancel you if you say something that is racist, homophobic, transphobic, etc. Cancel culture is definitely good in the means of deplatforming people who are spreading very hateful messages.
What is your opinion on Trump?
So I feel like we should answer every single one of these prompts ourselves. So obviously cancel culture as it currently exists is a bad thing. But I think the mistake that conservatives make, and we talk about this a lot, is we conflate the difference between modern left-wing controlled cancel culture with basically saying that there should be no standards whatsoever at all in society, like no moral standards, no lines of right and wrong, no such thing as crossing a line, etc. And that's just fundamentally wrong, right? This idea that conservatives should basically advocate for a totally value neutral public square where we never actually assert any degree of real moral standards or real ethics, that's absolutely wrong. So let's actually define why cancel culture is bad, because obviously cancel culture is a bad thing, but why is it a bad thing? Cancel culture, specifically from a conservative perspective, is a bad thing because it basically takes what it seeks to essentially cancel are traditional and normal moral norms in American society, right? That's why cancel culture is bad. Cancel culture is bad because as conservatives who want to just, conserve what is normal, what is moral, what is natural in American society, the number one target of left-wing controlled cancel culture is precisely those things. And that's why we oppose cancel culture. We oppose cancel culture because it is being used to essentially cancel that which is good. Right? It's being used against forces of good. So what is cancel culture used against? Conservatism, Christianity, patriotism, nationalism, just even you could say basic sort of jokes, right? Things that historically have just been acceptable or normal or okay in American society, and that you could say arguably built American society to its strength, to its apex. Those things are no longer socially acceptable. And that is precisely the reason, right, why we oppose cancel culture, because it is used to cancel things that are good. Now, with that said, we should also want to cancel things that are evil. Right? So being against cancel culture as it currently exists doesn't mean that conservatives should never push back against things that are legitimately evil. We'll see what the conservative parents say on this front. I feel like we're not going to get that. This could be an amazing interaction when you think about it. You have these angry, liberal teenagers, and you could have these just old people, these old boomers just step up and totally just really assert their dominance. But we'll see what actually happens here.
Being canceled on Twitter.
When you go onto Twitter, whatever, you check I accept the, guidelines,
right, exactly.
the community guidelines. I agree to follow them. And he didn't follow them, so Twitter has the right to take him off the app.
And people that might make the counter argument that Twitter is biased and will only cancel right wing.
And by the way, any society requires moral standards. Right, the idea that we can never exist in a society with any type of cancel culture, when has that ever existed in American history? Even at 1776, right, the ideal apex of liberty in the eyes of many people, there were many different things that were considered very socially unacceptable. Blasphemy, sodomy, a lot of the kind of things that are basically normal in society today were considered highly and deeply socially unacceptable at the time of America's founding. This is true. And, that's always going to be the case. Someone has to be controlled. Someone has to dictate the moral standards of society, contrary to whatever the libertarians or the objectivists seem to think society can function like. The truth of the matter is there's always going to be some type of moral majority. Like that's a basic fundamental prerequisite of society. When you form a society, you have to be able to come together on some type of agreed upon standards, right? That's always going to exist. The question is who is controlling those. So conservatives should oppose cancel culture. Why? Because it allows the left to control these things. And this is true. Ritwick looks like Vince's Indian child. You guys are hilarious.
And politicians, that's not true
Real.
at all. Twitter and other forms of social media have canceled left-wing activists. There is an equal balance on both sides.
Really, what left-wing activist has ever been canceled on Twitter? And if they were, it's always been for incredibly it's probably because they're directly inciting violence, because anything in short of that, it's impossible as a leftist to get canceled on Twitter. This is true. Or deplatformed on Twitter, I should say.
You brought up canceling him off Twitter. I'm sorry, I disagree. When the Taliban can use our social media, but an ex-president can't, there is something wrong with that.
Did the Taliban violate community guidelines?
Doesn't matter.
It matters to Twitter what their community guidelines are. That's why they banned Trump, because Trump violated community guidelines. That's what every platform has, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
The Taliban's
He literally didn't, though. Can we get that straight about January 6th once and for all? When did Trump ever incite violence on the TL? He didn't. He literally didn't. That's just not true. But when you violate community guidelines, you're gonna get banned. That's how platforms have to work. Okay.
stones people because they're gay.
If they've done that and they've posted videos of stoning gay people, I agree they should be removed, and that is
100%.
fundamentally wrong. No,
Except
it's
the,
not.
the problem is they're smart enough to not do that.
Well, then why wasn't Trump
Then
smart
the
enough to
president
not do
wasn't
that?
smart enough to not do that, I guess.
If I'm an American and I have to vote between this person, I need equal access to both of them to decide what's right. Bro, you could be a Klansman. You could say you hate black people. That's not my job to police your language. I can't expect everybody to love me and think the way I think. All y'all think differently. I mean, that's totally dope. But the fact that you want somebody removed because they think differently, that could be you one day.
Do you think freedom of speech is something that still exists?
This guy, I mean, if you want to like debate from a neutral perspective, the whole argument of like free speech on social media, this guy makes a far more articulate, you could say, argument than this guy right here. This guy was literally like, well, the Taliban, like, I don't know. I've just found that very incoherent. At least this guy was like made a reasoned case. Well, it's a threat to like open platforms and stuff like that. Like that's true, you know. But this guy right now was not the best,
America?
not the
You have
best
aspects of
argument.
freedom of speech.
I
Like,
have
you
to
can't go
say.
into a movie theater and yell fire. So obviously there are limits of freedom of speech.
But they're picking and choosing who they're silencing and who they're letting talk.
If people react negatively to what you say, it goes both ways. You
Right.
can't just say
Sure.
that, oh, they can't.
100%.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
America is becoming less and less safe.
I'll leave this to you guys.
So I've
The liberals think America is becoming more safe. That's actually surprising. That's actually surprising because, you know, I didn't expect them to say what we want them to say, but I expected them to at least be like, well, America's under danger, but it's dangerous because of insurrectionists and terrorists and white supremacists and guns and all this stuff. Because as you know, the reason why we can't go on a New York City subway without fear of being stabbed is because of the KKK. this is an objective fact, right? Everyone who's ever been in a modern city these days, we know this. It's that damn KKK just running around the streets of these inner cities and the subways and all that stuff, and then these KKK are setting up these homeless encampments and all this other stuff, and they're doing gang warfare. All as we know, of course, it's QAnon, right? But I'm kind of surprised they basically just said nothing.
A lot of friends that have been in the military for the last 20 years because they refused to get vaccinated. They told me that they would be dishonorably just discharged or kicked out of the military. I just believe we're losing a lot of good servicemen with the current situation that we're in right now.
A lot of police officers are down. Crime is up all over. When police aren't there, we're murdering each other at a really high rate. Police are in those neighborhoods because the homicide rate is high. Y'all can run around talking about police all you want, but I challenge any of these liberal kids to spend 2 weeks in the environment I grew up in, and I promise your perspective will change.
The one advantage we have about being older, we've been through a threat or two, and our enemies, like China, the Communist Party in China, they're laughing at us. Russia's like, we don't need to do much. They're gonna screw it up on their own. We need to get the help of our younger people that haven't been through a threat before to realize a lot of what's going on is not good. My name is Mike. I'm 59 years old, and I'm a conservative parent. Growing up during the 1980s, that was a huge influence on me, and it formed my views and the people that I was around. That's the reason why I'm a conservative parent. I think America should be more middle of the road and not be necessarily more liberal.
Okay, hold on. All right. So I think I've said this before, but truly, when Jubilee sends our people, they're not sending their best. Okay, let me just say it. No insult to this guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's a fine father to his kids. But if for the purposes of like political idea combat, this is just not the best ambassador we could get ourselves. And honestly, I know we reacted to that one. It was like the liberal versus conservative Christians. Remember, we reacted to that debate, and the liberal Christians are all like aggressive and articulate, and our like liaison, our ambassadors for conservative Christianity, they just were not good at it. Like they just didn't do an adequate job of it, I thought. Well, you get the same thing here. It's like, well, I'm a conservative who grew up in the 80s, but I believe that America should be more middle of the road, and that's what I want. It's like, wait, are you a moderate? Are you a centrist? Or are you a conservative? And what he is kind of like this classical liberal conservative of, what, can we just go back to where it was when I was a kid or whatever, and not realizing like, well, part of the reason was that slippery slope was already far down the cliff, and what we need is basically a whole-scale reaction to our current problems, not just that, well, for middle of the road, this boomer needs a couple doses of American virtue. So true. I mean, he seems like a very nice guy. Don't get me wrong. He really does. But I really wish in these Jubilee debates, we never get the good ambassadors. We really don't. Like, we never really get the best people. Like, this is true. They probably are just moderates in reality. No, true. And
if anything, it should be a hint more on the conservative side, because we're going to watch our freedoms get extinguished or encroached if we don't guard those freedoms.
The problem is all these people are from Cali. Okay, funny story. I was actually invited on this show when I was in high school. When I was like first doing my my political stuff. I didn't even have a YouTube channel yet. I was on like Instagram. I had like 3,000 followers. I actually got invited, but I missed the email. Okay, I missed the email. I was dumb. I didn't check my email like adequately, and I totally missed. I got invited on Middle Ground to talk about transgenderism. Imagine how much of a classic that would have been. I was in 10th grade. 10th grade Vince could have been on Jubilee, talking about transgenderism, and that could have been like my first, feature or whatever. And instead, what did I do? I missed the email. I got back to them. I was like, hey, you doing anything future? Let me know. They never got back to me. Sad. Missed opportunity. Real accidental W. No, I don't think it's an accidental W. It was an L. I would have liked to be on the show and like for once. I mean, yes, I was in 10th grade. I probably wouldn't have been as good, but still, I compare to the people they always put on the show. I'm like, I could go in totally unprepared and still do better. Because at least I'll stand for something. At least I won't be just a total pushover to these people all the time. But I guess part of the problem is middle ground. It's middle ground. The point of middle ground is to like make middle ground. And so we're going to like get the conservatives and the liberals to shake hands and be like, well, I think you're evil, but actually you're not that bad. And that's just not who I am. You know, people say I'm divisive. People say we are divisive. The answer is correct. Yes, we are divisive. You know, we believe there's a right and wrong. We don't believe that compromising with evil is ever going to rescue this civilization. I don't think that's a biblical belief. I don't think it's an authentically conservative belief. So I don't know if I'd be, I don't think that's why they didn't invite me back, when I missed it. There's probably other reasons, but still, I got invited. So, true story.
And make sure that all of our children have a chance to succeed.
Can the disagreeer step forward?
I actually wished I came up here for the agreeing section because I think I interpreted the definition of safety the same way that you guys did. But after hearing your guys' conversation, I started thinking about how our American people aren't safe in the face of like imminent like climate disasters that are coming our way, and how we don't have the
Called it,
infrastructure to
yeah.
deal with that.
There you go.
I actually very much agree with that because I think we need to define like kind of like what we mean by like we're less safe now. Do we mean like there's more homicides after COVID, or like what do we mean?
Yes.
I would say before we got rid of half our military.
It's objectively less safe. I don't know how anyone could even argue otherwise. Like the crime rate is up, the death rate is up, the age, what's it called? The average life expectancy is going down, right? I mean, by what metric are we more safe in America? Like, I don't even understand.
They're half our police force. Slavery was legal. The Holocaust was legal. So we can look at all of these mass atrocities and say we're doing what's right. Everybody who was a part of the Holocaust government, they were doing what Hitler said. They were doing what was right. So everybody losing their job for not getting vaxxed, and all the vax people, you got who can we control? Everybody who gets the shot, that's who's gonna do.
I don't understand these debates. Like, I feel like America's becoming less and less safe. It's pretty straightforward to me. It's pretty straightforwardly like a conversation about crime. Like, I don't see what else it would be about. It's about crime. It's about, I mean, I guess you could maybe say the other causes of death, but it doesn't clearly seem to me like a conversation about crime. I don't know.
Say the enemies are coming, and we don't care about that because we want to care about what color we should wear and pride and critical race theories. Like no one else cares about that but us in America. That's our problem.
So you think that talking about sexual orientation and all that kind of stuff takes away from the safety of our country?
Who you sleep with has no merit in the real world. Why does it matter?
Okay, let's just broaden the scope. With the coronavirus pandemic, why did it take weeks for us as a country to mobilize together to fight the public health crisis that was already affecting the nation?
It was a scam to get Donald Trump out of office. It's all fake. My opinion.
Can't comment on YouTube, but
To create some international plan, getting all of these scientific communities outside of just the U.S. and even international governments on their side for something that they're just trying to get Trump out of office. I feel like that's
this guy right here. I swear, he's like your average political science major in college, like every single political science guy. Like, I don't know if you guys are political science majors or you're in like, you take any type of humanities class, pre-law class. He's just like the archetype. He really is.
ridiculous.
Trump was the thorn that nobody saw coming, and they had to find a way to get him out of there. If there's no mail-in voting, 100% Trump is the president right now, 100%.
Yeah, because overwhelmingly mail-in ballots were to Biden.
What are people talking about? Is this a prank? The stream is literally working for me. Is the audio screwed up? What is going on? I feel like this is a prank because on my end it literally says it's fine. What is happening? Guys, I don't know if I'm being pranked. What's going on? Wow. Wow. Are we? Are we back now? Okay. Why are they copywriting us, dude? It's literally fair use. It's literally fair use. We're literally reacting to and analyzing a stream. Wow. It's true. This is literally 1984. This is literally 1984. That's fair use. That makes me so mad. That was literally, and we are reacting. I know. Okay. Well, then clearly we can't react to this debate because the copyright set up by Red Eagle to get more viewers. Real. No, we're still here. We're still here. Where did they think they were going? Real. Yeah, we did get claimed. See, when it's on stream, it literally just will like stop it instead of like actually reviewing it. It's just like, oh, you can't stream this. Darkest day in American history. No, literally the case. Literally the case. We've done reactions to Jubilee before. I don't know what the problem is now. Vince, can you react to Hunter Biden's crack videos? I'm pretty sure that's against TOS too. I don't know. Okay, well then clearly we can't do that. Then I don't know. What should we react to on stream? Unless maybe we can, I don't know. Is there a way? Maybe there's a way around the copyright block. Like, what if we put it on like 2 times? I don't know. Do we need to do that? I don't know. What should we react to? I'm gonna give the chat like a minute. I'm gonna turn on the fan real quick because it's kind of hot in here. I'm gonna give the chat a minute and we'll see. I'm gonna go through the ideas after that. We'll see what people are advocating for. Okay. How about we react to Hunter Avalone? That's not a bad idea. In my opinion. Conservative teens versus lib adults. Well, the problem is I feel like that's also still going to get just taken down. I mean, if Jubilee's doing this now, then it's probably going to get taken down on there, I would think too. Reverse the video somehow. I don't know if StreamYard lets you do that. That's the problem. Let me see. StreamYard is kind of limited on that type of stuff. I think we missed a super chat. He says, damn it, on the only 1 day off from the anniversary too. Real, literally the case. Big numbers. We got a 5. React to why Trump could win the black. Okay, that'll go on the list. Okay. Let me see. Let me see if there's a way to like mirror the screen or something. I'm gonna see if we can do that. Because what if we like Is there a way to flip on the browser? Does anyone know? Like if we watched it like this, do you think it would be a problem? But then I feel like it's also just very off-putting. Like how do you even watch something like this? Live reactor reps live stream. Should we just do that? Should we just stream Snipe Red Eagle? All right, fine. Why not? I thought Red Eagle isn't streaming till 10. I guess David's on stream or whatever. He texted me, which I can't really see. I can't really see his text because, it's very fitting that this happens basically right before the 7/14 stream. But let me move, like change my screen so I can show you guys. Okay. So, my phone looks like this right now. Okay. So if you're wondering why I'm not that active on Twitter or other places, literally my phone is like broken and I need to get it fixed, but I have not gotten it fixed yet. But I'm like operating blind. Okay. So whenever someone calls me, it rings me from up here and I never know who's answering. Okay. I never even know who's calling me. And so I have to like try to move. Can I see? A lot of times I just hang up and try to like, so it's very difficult. It's very difficult having a phone like this. Okay. It's literally 1984, not being able to see half my phone. Vince dropkicked this phone. Literally the case. People are probably asking, how did you do this? The funny thing is I didn't do anything. And you're going to say I'm coping. I didn't. Okay. I'm sure I've dropped my phone many times. I have been meaning to get a new case. I've been meaning to get one of those EMF proof cases, but I haven't gotten it yet. So I just had no case on it. But literally, I didn't like drop it and then it looked like this. I literally just like, I literally left my phone, came back, and there's like a black spot all up here. And the black spot has literally been growing like a fungus. Like for a while, it's just up here. Now it's like extended down. As you can see, it's like over here now. It's quite a show. iPhone 1984 edition, and I think it's very fitting. The VinceDAO technology curse of 2021. Truly, it is back. Okay, truly, it is back. So, you know, what channel are they streaming on? Are they streaming on David's channel or Rep's channel? I think it's David's. Pretty sure it's David's.
2 rebrands, but I think you guys
American-
got it right on the third
What
time.
were the first 2? American.
Is Red Eagle also on the stream?
American cause and American, what is it? Consciousness?
I can't
Conscience?
Conscience.
Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like,
It's not
Latino
friendly.
I didn't actually. How do you know about that? I didn't publish it.
well,
read
it was
it on
talked
Twitter.
about everywhere. I mean, it was published
I don't know.
to some extent.
I
Somebody
guess
leaked it.
I changed
The
the
website.
I changed the website, I think, and I guess I didn't private the website. Yeah. So basically, what we were doing, and I explained the story earlier on, and it's
Let me hold on.
now.
Let's
I'm
make it
really
bigger.
Impressed with how quickly we were able to rebrand. Basically, Pat Buchanan owns a organization called The American Cause. It's been dormant since like 2013 was the last time they updated their website. 2018 was the last time they added a blog to it. So I thought, okay, what happens all the time in these situations is that like an old defunct organization will like very happily pass along their name to a new one if they're like actually hold the same
Real.
values and the same ideas. And I actually got the inspiration for American Cause from the Russell Kirk book, not from Pat Buchanan's defunct org. So I wasn't like ripping him off or anything.
Everyone go leave a like on David's
But what
stream, by
happened
the
was
way.
his lawyer reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we recommend you cease and desist." And so, and we were like, "Okay, well, let's just rebrand. It's not a problem." And so we, because we didn't want to stay American Populist Union, and we did it just for various reasons, but mainly because we were like not super impressed with like the professionalism of it, and prior associations and shit.
Wow, cursing. Okay.
Well, my problem with APU is like a lot of people, they look at it and you know what they see?
They say
a poo.
Well, there's that, and then there's also
Well, I think though, the way I see it is that, and I said this before on stream, but I don't think there's necessarily a need to distinguish ourselves as like the populist anymore. So 2 things. So firstly, I think that the term populist is, I mean, we understand it. Like we understand, well, here's where the reason we're populist is because we're anti-establishment. We're not anti-establishment because we support democracy or rule by the people or something like that. We are really populist because we want to use kind of this current moment in history and this current movement to upend the current ruling class and replace it with a new ruling class, a responsible ruling class, et cetera, right? You see what I'm saying there? And I think number one, like for a while, people were always confused. Like, is this what populism means? They connotate it more with like, I don't know, more generically considered populism than like conservatism. But really, I think the main thing I would say is that I feel like there's no longer so much a need to distinguish ourselves in this movement as populist anymore, because I feel like the populist aspects of like what we believe have basically become mainstream. Like being like anti-political establishment in today's conservative America is essentially a mainstream thing, I would say, in many ways. Being kind of like believing in like populist common sense economics, I think that's basically become mainstream too. In many ways, that aspect of the movement won. And so when we were like changing the C4 to the C3, I think it made sense to kind of distinguish ourselves with a name that was more so like old school paleo conservative. That's why the original name was American Cause, which is like a Russell Kirk phrase. American Virtue, I believe, is also mentioned in that same book. I think that's kind of why that made sense. That's the way I see it. Okay. Do we want to keep reacting to this? I feel like, no insult to David's stream. I feel like there are more fun things we could react to at this current moment. Truly.
I don't think populism.
Well, you also like, dude, I've read more about Dick Cheney, and like Halliburton Dick Cheney wasn't actually that like cringe. His voting record in Congress was so fucking base. Like it was so right wing. Yes. It was insane.
Voting record is a little bit overrated.
Well, no,
I will
and
say
then
that.
and then he like joins Halliburton and becomes the vice president, and automatically like starts blowing up
Real
the Middle Eastern countries, and it goes completely haywire.
That's what happens when you get the DC perspective.
No, that's
So
right.
true.
Well,
David,
hold
it's
on.
gonna
Okay,
happen to
now
you.
you're slandering.
React to extreme
David
couponing.
Carlson in 2050 is
Maybe.
gonna be like Dick Cheney. Some are saying this.
I
Maybe.
am
I don't
not
know.
going to be anything like Dick Cheney.
I
We do
added
not-
Vince
we
on
do-
Discord.
we
He
do
can
not
join. He has
agree
to request me
fundamentally
back.
on our first
I'm not joining the stream. We have our own stream, boys. We have our own stream, okay? Okay, I should have been invited before. We're not joining now. No. This is the stream to be. This is the stream to be. So true, real. Okay. If you have time, watch John's first video. That would be funny. Or we couldn't watch my first video. I actually don't have my first video on here. It's like on Instagram or something, but I do have my first video on this channel, which was kind of new. React to Hunter Avalon. Maybe. Let's see what's new from Hunter Avalon. Okay. PragerU puts feelings over facts to own the libs. Based PragerU, let's go. Let's go, PragerU, finally. That's epic. Let's watch this video. I don't know
Body
what this
parts that
video
some people
is.
might tell you are boy parts. And you might not feel like you're a boy or a girl, but you're a little bit of both. No matter how you feel, you're perfectly normal.
Wow, telling kids who might be trans or gay or experiencing gender dysphoria that they're normal and there's nothing to be ashamed of? Oh God, what would God Almighty think? Then what? This is what I mean. Like right here, they can talk about this being kind of dumb, but like
I want to save that for its own stream, though. I do know what you're talking about.
Oh, where's Chris Hansen when you need him? Oh, like calm the f down. Come back over here to reality. All right, snap back to reality, and recognize that these like pronoun things, these neo pronouns, are pretty fucking stupid. But that's not akin to sexualizing kids.
It literally is, though. It literally is, though. I don't know what else there is to have to say about that.
So PragerU has a new video out, and it's called "The Sexualization of Children." It's only 5 minutes, so hopefully it won't be too bad. The first thing I'll say is I hate that the right has successfully co-opted this. Talking about like the sexualization of kids, like, yeah, you probably shouldn't sexualize children. Yes. Hooray, you figured it out. You're such a moral individual. But I hate the fact that the right has successfully co-opted this into trans and gay people bad because sexualizing kids bad. It's the worst. It's so annoying to me.
Well, that's because the end goal of the sexual revolution literally is a state of total sexual anarchy. That was always the case. The moment that we removed objective moral standards on what sex is, what relationships is, what marriage is, what love is, you know, the line has always been pushing towards total sexual liberation, which I think is something that they basically all admit. And basically what total sexual liberation would be is a state of, like it says, total sexual anarchy, a state where, well, anything is okay. So long as that's what you want to do in your head and you think that's what you want to do, that's okay. So that starts with, you know, well, society for thousands of years has, you know, established that like it's a man and a woman. Well, that starts with saying, actually, if it wants to be a man and a man, that's okay. If I want to change from a man to woman and then date a man or whatever, that's okay, blah, blah, blah. But then, you know, as we're more and more liberated, right, by the sexual revolution, it's always going to push to the point where eventually, well, why are there standards at all? You know? So, and like literally, Hunter, there are real people in the LGBT movement pushing for the normalization of pedophilia. This is not a straw man. This is not made up. I mean, they're literally doing the drag story hours and the drag bar stuff. And, you know, it's incredibly sexual in some cases. Like, these are real things that are happening. And you can be like, what thing, you know, that's just one instance. And it's like, we've actually seen how this has gone every single time. You can call it the slippery slope or whatever. But, you know, the truth is that like every single time, it just starts off a little small. It's always gotten bigger. Okay. I mean, that's how this goes. And so we're really pushing to the point where this stuff will be everywhere on every street corner in America in 10 years or so. Okay. And if you look at the history of the sexual revolution, far from that being a logical fallacy, that's actually by far the most logical prediction that there possibly could be. So this is true. This is true. You know, you can't separate the sexual revolution and sexual liberation in any way from pedophilia because it's literally in the name, sexual liberation, right? It can be anything you want it to be. I mean, that the moment you go towards that, of course, the pedophiles are going to want a seat at the table, and they're and to a large extent being given a seat at the table. So there you go.
Because they've co-opted something that could otherwise be very easily agreed upon, and now they've made it a bludgeoning tool against sexual minorities. So let's go and check out the PragerU video. Take it away, whoever the fuck is doing it this time.
At what age is it appropriate for grammar school teachers to discuss issues like sex and gender with their students?
At what? Okay, sex and gender, like the difference between sex and gender, like biological characteristics as opposed to social perceptions and social identifications that we call gender. Probably as young as they're able to be when they can reasonably understand it.
Of course.
4, 5, 6, maybe. Like,
I hate the fact that I can't truly say what I need to say because I'm on YouTube. Like we should really do an Odyssey or like Rumble video where I give my true like full thoughts on this stuff.
What do you mean when you say sex? That's the question. I'm wondering if they mean when they say sex like sexual intercourse, or do they mean like sex as if, hey, biology kind of thing? I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Should it be done with kids as young as pre-K, second grade, fifth? Even a decade ago, the most common answer would have been never. These are simply not appropriate subjects for young children.
What? Wait, sex and gender is not an appropriate subject for kids? Huh? You realize this wouldn't be taught in grammar class either, lady, right? This would probably be in like I don't know, what do they do? Science class? The body class? Whatever.
Yeah, I think what we should stop saying. I mean, I by the way, I think Hunter is kind of taking what she's saying out of context, but it really shouldn't be a matter of like, well, we shouldn't teach it until they're 10 or they're 11 or they're 15 or they're 18. It really should be we shouldn't teach this stuff at all because it's wrong, because it's just incorrect, right? This whole idea that like, you know, this and that, and you know, the things we know, it's just it's not true. That's why we shouldn't teach it. You know, the idea that like, well, there is such a thing as gender that's like separated from sex, and then you can just like flip it, and then you know it's normal to mutilate your body. Like we should just not teach these things at all because they're wrong. Okay, or when we do explain them, we should explain that they are lies. They're lies from bad people, and that fundamentally is really what it should really be about. You know,
fuck. What are you talking about? You realize that like conservatives overwhelmingly, or at least conservative states overwhelmingly, have child beauty pageants? That's sexualizing kids. Or what happens in the Catholic Church? That's sexualizing.
What happens in the Catholic Church? You know, this thing that like people universally condemn and you know think is bad. And by the way, statistically speaking, I'm not even Catholic, by the way, but I fully recognize that this whole Catholic Church thing is literally just a psyop to discredit Christianity, because statistically speaking, you're far more likely to get sexually abused by a public school teacher, ironic, than you are a Catholic priest. I mean, the real amount that this happens is incredibly small. You know, and I don't think there's any normal person out there that thinks that this is bad. John Doyle for 2 says I uploaded. Do we believe that? Do we believe that? I believe these are lies, and I don't think that's the real John Doyle either. We got fake John Doyle in chat spreading fake news. Wow, probably Hunter Avalon behind that screen. Real. But anyways, what were we saying? I forgot what we were saying.
Kids.
I was going to talk about the child beauty pageants. Yeah, I'm like, honestly, am I the biggest fan of the beauty pageant? No, but like the idea that a child beauty pageant is somehow in any way similar to taking your kid to, you know, a drag show, or even like a pride march where, you know, they have all the stuff. I mean, that's a ridiculous analogy, you know. Putting a young girl in like makeup and like, you know, all these like, and by the way, like I'm not the biggest fan of it morally. Okay. Like I would never put my own daughter in something like that. I don't think it's right. I think there are problems with it, but the idea that that's somehow like analogous to literally like a 5-year-old child, and this really happens, by the way, so stop saying it doesn't. A 5-year-old child sticking a dollar bill through a grown man wearing a thong, like the idea that this is somehow similar, that's just ridiculous. They're in no way alike. It's a ridiculous concept, and it's so true. At least they're training the girl to be feminine and straight. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that, and that kind of is a distinction here. And I know John Doyle said the same thing about like why, taking your kid to, I don't know, a drag show versus Hooters. Not that it's okay to take your kid to Hooters, but why they're not even morally really on the same level is true. So, we should stop pretending. I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the pageants, but to pretend like they're in any way at all alike is ridiculous.
Talking about the difference between sex and gender is not a weird thing at all. This would probably happen in a sex ed class. And
thank you for the $2 though, John Doyle. I appreciate it, John Doyle.
Simply understand concepts of the world, that some people have an identity that differs from their biological makeup. That's not a weird thing to say or to explain, especially if the person's like 8, 9, or 10. By that time, it's a no-brainer that they can learn about that.
If for some reason they did have to be raised, it would be the parents' job, not the teachers. Today, it's much different.
Literally just want to confuse children about their own,
No, it's not always their parents' job. Like
about their own naturally, rooted in existence. It's sad.
Again, it depends what you are referring to. I hate that they keep it so vague. If you're talking about teaching kids about actual sexual activity, then that should be done at an older age. If you're just talking about the distinction between sex and gender, biology versus social constructs that we call gender, what's wrong with that? That's not sexualization. That's not even sex as in you're having sex. Oh, good God, man. This is, not to mention parents, they suck cock at explaining these complicated subjects to their children. Why are you sending your kid to school if you're like,
here's why it's destructive. It's destructive, number one, because it's just incorrect. Okay. The idea that like men and women are fluid concepts and like it's just wrong. And that's why you shouldn't teach it. Not because there's an age where anyone is mature enough for it. You shouldn't teach it because it's not correct. Okay. It's not true. That's number one. Number two, but with that said, especially the reason why it's worse to teach it to young kids is because young kids are incredibly impressionable. Young kids go through phases, and like we're literally at the point now if a young boy plays with like a Barbie doll or decides he wants to paint his nails once or something, we're like totally okay, give them puberty blockers, change them, give them all girl clothing and everything like that. Like, and you capitalize on what is, kind of, even you could say for most kids, it happens in at a young age of a phase. And instead of saying, oh, Bobby, you're not actually a girl, you know that, right? Instead, we're going to totally teach them to completely embrace this incorrect identity. They're not a girl, they're a boy, right? Or vice versa. Instead of just saying, well, you're not, that's, and you, so, you see what I'm saying? Real. We're all watching a video of somebody watching a video of somebody watching a video. So true. So true. F word count 495. Yeah, this is true. Hunter Avallone, he can't go like 2 seconds without saying the F word. Like, these are people so effing stupid. Like, can you effing believe this? Okay. This actually does give me an opportunity to kind of give a take about cussing that honestly I kind of evolved into this year. Okay. When I kind of realized as a Christian, because I was honestly coping about it for a while too. And I realized that, cussing is sinful. That's not to say I don't ever do it. Okay. Because I do, but, and I do it too much if I'm being totally honest about myself. But why I am kind of clean now about not doing it in content or whatever is because do you ever notice that the people who just lack God and or just like this, okay? Do you ever notice, because this is not just him, you ever hear a leftist talk? You notice how they have to like cuss up a firestorm every second is like, F this effing that, or can't effing believe this, you know what I mean? And kind of the way they do it. And you notice how inherently you feel something kind of revolting about it. You notice that? Like, you notice when Hunter Avallone's dropping the F-bomb, it just sounds disgusting, honestly. And you really come to the realization. I mean, number one, cussing is sinful, right? It's not correct. Okay. And like, I'm not someone who yeah, I've cussed in content before. And I'm not someone who's going to be like, if you're cursing, I'm going to give you like a super hard time about it or whatever, but it is sinful. It is. But beyond that point, I think it really gets into what you could say the left-wing degradation of language, right? Because you notice basically everything the left has done since like the 1930s is an attempt to degrade everything that which was traditional. And you kind of notice historically, it's not, of course, people have always cussed, but historically in American society, there was this degree of like standards, right? Of standards of appropriate usage of language, right? And in the same way they did the sexual revolution, the same way they tried to liberate gender and all these other things, you notice they really did the same thing with things like profanity and obscenity, right? It is sort of like this vulgar thing that really just should not come out of the mouths of people. And they drop it every 5 seconds. And now it's become a thing where it's not even a big deal for you to say it. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So this is a pretty true take and why I really try not to cuss, you know, for the most part. I mean, sometimes I'll be honest, I'm just like really, when I get angry or whatever, I just let it loose and I'm just like not thinking. But like truthfully, I would acknowledge that it's not correct to cuss. It's not moral. And when you really think about it, it's degenerate. It really is. In the same way that, like, I'm not saying it's on the same level necessarily, saying the F word is on the same level of, like, you know, all this other stuff, but it is to an extent degenerate, right? You can see, because it's literally a degeneration of kind of the class and the style of, like, historic English language. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, this is true. This is true.
Teachers shouldn't be teaching kids stuff. That's my job. Yeah, then take them out of school. Karen.
They're part of what the media calls the culture war. But parents didn't start this war. The war has been waged on us. Until recently, we had no idea it was even happening. Now it's hand-to-hand combat, school board versus mom and dad. It's not...
Yeah, because a lot of mom and dads are inbred dipshits who don't understand even the basics when it comes to sex and gender. They hear it and they think, skickity hee ho, this was never taught to me in my trailer park. Clearly, this is sexualizing the kids, the evil democratic cabal.
Yeah,
they go in there and
so true, literally.
You have to give us an
fact check
example of
true,
what they're
fact
fighting
check
over.
true.
There have been perfect examples of schools teaching things to the students that are not appropriate. I've seen it. I've seen examples where teachers are like, hey, here's an assignment. You have to talk to your dad about like these uncomfortable subjects that are involving actual sex, like engaging in sexual activity. That's worth calling out. That's bad. That's gross. Kids shouldn't be learning that. There is value in children having that sort of
real
innocence
literally
that comes
literally
with childhood. But you're not taking away anyone's innocence and you're not sexualizing children with simply letting them know the difference between sex and gender. And if you say sex and gender, then you can say sex refers to your biology. People have chromosomes. And also, like, if kids have an understanding that, like, you have a penis or you have a vagina, that's not actually a bad thing either. Kids should understand what their body is, not only because it's good for them to have an understanding of the difference between sex and gender, but even more importantly,
yeah, so stop teaching it wrong. Like literally, stop teaching it wrong.
If they are getting abused, they know how
stop
to
teaching it untruly. Literally,
a lot of the times, kids are taken advantage of purely because they don't have an understanding of what's going on with them. They don't have an understanding of what's being done to their bodies. If they do have that understanding, they can get help if somebody starts to abuse that child. But again, there's so much nuance here that it's sure to scare a conservative back into whatever hole they crawled out of. I'll leave
nuance.
joke, okay? How do you...
Literally, the reason why leftists like sometimes are so obsessed with nuance is because they have no objective stand. Like they really have no objective understanding of right and wrong. They have no set moral consistent standard of right and wrong because they don't believe in right and wrong, right? Like there, and I would argue really there is an objective good, and then like everything outside of what is objectively good, yeah, you could almost say it is like subjective because it can just be whatever, you know? Like there's one thing that is correct, and then the other 99,000 things are incorrect. Because why? Because they're not correct. So this is true. But these people always say, "Oh, there's a lot of nuance here." It's like you believe that there is nuance because you don't have any belief in objective standards, which really begs the question: why should we even take you seriously? But this is true. Anyways, got a $5 super chat. I can't read that $5 super chat, unfortunately, on this platform. But thank you for the $5.
Circumcise a redneck conservative, kick his sister in the jaw.
Not clear who's winning. Starting in September 2022, New Jersey first graders will learn about gender identity under new sex education guidelines. A sample lesson plan reads as follows. You might feel like you're a boy, even if you have body parts that some people might tell you are girl parts. You might feel like you're a girl, even if you have body parts that some people might tell you are boy parts.
What? This is the most minutiae non-issue I've ever seen.
Imagine thinking this is a minutiae non-issue. Yeah, you're literally just wrongly confusing people about like basic facts about their existence. But it's like, this is not a big deal, bro. You notice how they always do that with the culture war too, right? Like if you ever heard when they refer to conservatives as culture warriors, which they always say as a derogatory thing, I proudly take that label. Yes, I am a culture warrior. Is it supposed to be a bad thing? Like, that's epic. But they always try to say, like, well, conservatives, the Republican Party in 2022 is trying to divide people using culture war issues. And it's like, what? Yeah, because there's an actual divide here, And they only really say that because, like, they're mad that, we are pushing back against their ridiculous beliefs about wanting to monopolize the culture in a very sick, twisted, degenerate way. Right. But you notice how they get more mad at us when we are culture warriors. They're perfectly fine when we want to just talk about, well, our tax policy disagrees with your tax policy or whatever else it is. But, the second we're culture warriors, it's like, why are they dividing us on unnecessarily random lines? Why are they dividing using the culture war? It's like, maybe because these things matter. And these things do matter to you. You're just mad that sometimes it matters to us, right? When it starts to matter to us, that's when they get mad. These things are of the utmost importance to them, right? Teaching gender theory and all this stuff in first grade is very important to them. It's only a matter of when it's important to us that they not do that. Then it's like, why are they caring so much about the culture war? It's like, we should. And frankly, they're mad because we push back, right? That's what it is. That's all there is to it.
This is moral outrage to the level that I have. What are you talking about? Did she say first grade? How old is the average first grader? 7-year-olds. How is that so? Okay. I think we can just laugh at the fact that they think that this is actually a problem. 7-year-olds learning that some
I'm not laughing at it. I'm actually cringing at the fact that you don't think that's a problem.
people might feel like they are a boy, even if they have body parts that others associate with girl parts or call girl parts. Yes, that's called being trans.
So true.
And guess what? When you teach kids this, you get more kids growing up to be more accepting, more progressive, and less like whatever dumb fuck inbreds work over at PragerU. All this does is make society.
Whatever dumb F inbreds work at PragerU. What did I say? What did I say about how, he can't go 2 seconds without cussing up a firestorm, This is emblematic of left-wing ideas, They're just disgusting, they're gross, they're like profane. They want to do this with sex, they do this with language, obviously. Many such cases all the time.
Of body parts that some people might tell you are boy parts. And you might not feel like you're a boy or a girl, but you're a little bit of both. No matter how you feel, you're perfectly normal.
Wow. Telling kids who might be trans or gay or experiencing gender dysphoria
Thank you, Tim.
They're normal.
Real.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh, God. What would God Almighty think?
Yes, Junior might be struggling with his fractions, but never fear. He's rock solid on his preferred pronouns.
Why do they always do this? Why do they always do this whataboutism crap? Well, I thought we're supposed to be learning about math. Yeah, you can learn both.
Here's the thing. These people always try to say like their belief in gender theory is true and it is natural, right? They always try to say, well, actually, it's medically and scientifically a fact that like men can be women, et cetera, et cetera. But then it's like, if that's the case, then and if that's always the case, and if it's not necessarily, if it's always the case, by the way, that people who feel transgender, like they're born that way or whatever, they've always been that way, then why is it such a big deal to them that we not push it to teaching it at 16 or 18, which I don't think it should be taught anyway, just to be fair. But like, why are they so obsessed with ingraining it on people when they are young? Right? If this is so natural, if this is something that's just ingrained in everyone's hearts and it's in our DNA and people are born this way, then why must it be taught? And why are they so obsessed and fixated on the fact that it be taught to young kids? Because if this is the case, if what they're saying is true, then it would make no difference teaching this to kids at 6 years old or 16 years old, because we're all made this way. We're all born this way. You're born how you are, but they don't think that. They're very obsessed. Okay. They're very focused. Vince watching left-wing e-girl cringe. So true. So true. But, there's a reason why, right? There's a reason why they want to teach it at such a young age. And the reason why is because they understand that this is not something that we're all just born thinking and understanding. In fact, it's kind of the opposite of that. But they understand that young kids are the most impressionable. And that's why they're so obsessed and fixated on getting these ideas to kids when they're youngest, when they're the most impressionable, right? Why? Because they understand that is the easiest, age by which to mold their brains in a direction that, by the way, their brains are not naturally molded in. Because again, if it were like that, if that were the case, then you could wait till 16 and we'd have the same rates of LGBT youth and transgender youth and all this stuff, but we don't, and we're not going to. Why? Because this is actually something that they're trying to impress, trying to push upon people, not just something that we're all born with, or it's natural in our DNA and our genetics, and it's just, all nature, no nurture, things like that, right? So that's the case. That's
Honey,
why.
I don't know. I know that growing up for you boomers, you had the lead paint all over your walls, but for us regular, normal people now, for us smart folk, we can actually understand and learn about two different things at once. You can have an understanding of sex and gender and what it means to be trans, while also having an understanding of math. Mind-blowing, I know.
The Evanston-Skokie School District 65 in Illinois has adopted
Let me turn on these lights. They're low-key blinding me.
That will teach kids in pre-K and kindergarten about people who have more than one gender or no gender at all.
Oh, no. So what? Why do I care about this? At least they're giving examples, and it's bullshit. The sexualization of children, you literally just mentioned at the beginning, lady, that there's a difference between sex and gender.
They care about it a lot. That's why they hate culture warriors so much. This is
sure. Or you at least acknowledge that that's what's being taught. So telling little kids about gender and that some people have multiple, did you say multiple genders? That's a little weird. Or that some people have no gender, whatever. Like, yeah, what's wrong with this? Making sure the kids have an understanding of what gender is and how it's social and it's not the same as anything biological. That again is a good thing. And also that is a fact of reality. It's the truth. This to me is equivalent to parents freaking out that their kids are learning the world is round.
In first grade can pick their own pronouns, including Z, Zer, and Tree, and are told they can switch pronouns anytime they wish.
Okay, this I think is dumb because I don't like the Z, Zer, Tree. What? Then why?
Hunter, why don't you like it though? Huh? Why don't you like it? I thought you were in favor of sexual liberation. I thought people can literally decide whatever they want to be. He probably only likes it right now because he doesn't have a biological study that proves that Z-Zer is a real thing. The moment he gets a study in front of him that says, actually, Z-Zer is proven by evolutionary science and biology, then he's going to be like, okay, I support Z-Zer now. Yes, Fauci. Yes, globalism. Yes, the World Economic Forum told me Z-Zer is real. Okay. Because that's who he is. This guy worships all the studies. Okay, so we'll just wait for it. The day Mr. Biology comes out and says, "Well, actually, Z-Zer is real, and you can really be a tree," then he'll be like, "Actually, yes, I effing do think you could be an effing Z-Zer. F." So true.
This is what I mean. Like right here, they can talk about this being kind of dumb, but like the sexualization of children right around the corner.
Do you think he eats bugs? He will be the first guy to eat bugs, Hunter Avalon. He's going to be like, actually, this is what he's going to do. He's going to be like, well, bugs are actually scientifically proven, and the egghead said it's the most nutritious for me, and, they actually have more protein, and they're sustainable for the environment, and we should all eat the bugs. This is true. This is true. He's going to do it. He's going to do it because the lab coats told him to do it. That's Hunter Avalon. And that's fundamentally the reason why he became like left wing, is because he's always been kind of like a lab coat worshiper. And so like when he started to realize actually all the lab coat class in America and the West actually agrees with the left. Well, I guess I got to be left wing now. Instead of doing it the other way around, instead of saying, well, there's a natural order by which I can observe what actually works and what's true and what's not. And, we will use science to better discern that and understand that. Actually, we're going to use science to like prove the natural order wrong, in the same way that liberalism foundationally is an attempt to prove God and the natural order wrong. So this is true.
Oh, where's Chris Hansen when you need him? Oh. Like, calm the fuck down. Come back over here to reality. All right? Snap back to reality. And recognize that these, like, pronoun things, these neo-pronouns are pretty fucking stupid, but that's not akin to sexualizing kids.
All feelings are respect.
It literally is, though. Like, teaching them they can, like, just change their gender is, like, the definition of sexualizing kids. This is true.
All the time.
Oh no, a kid having their feelings respected? Oh, man, where's their big, strong, masculine daddy to beat the fuck out of them when they show emotion?
Graders, generally around 8 years old, are also encouraged to overcome their prejudice that gender is binary.
So true.
Amen.
Parents have now...
Kidding.
None of this is sexual. Actually, none of this is sexual. It's hysterical. I thought they would be like, and in one course, they talk about genitalia or something. This is not sexual. This is gender. Yeah.
Genitalia is literally sexual. Like, it literally is. And if you want to prove that, ask yourself in 5th grade health class when they taught you sex. I don't know if you guys did it in 5th grade. That was when we first had sex ed or whatever. And ask yourself how many of the boys laughed and giggled at just the genital stuff and not even the sex stuff. Like, yeah, it is sexual actually in nature, and kids implicitly understand that. So...
Yes, kids should have an understanding that gender is not necessarily binary.
Did a counterattack. Our deep concern that our children are being prematurely...
Christopher for 5, thank you very much. He says, appreciate it. He says, science is literally like the golden calf from the Old Testament today. No, so true. So I don't even really want to call it science, because I do believe in a real thing called, like, a real concept, I should say, of science. But it's just ruthlessly abused. It's what the people call science today is literally just like big pharma and the World Economic Forum and a lot of other entities just basically trying to manufacture data to like appear that they are correct, right? To appear that these people who are fundamentally in rebellion to God and are fundamentally in rebellion to everything natural around them, they basically want to manufacture a false man-made authority to like prove that they are correct, which is true. I think there is a real concept of science by which we can better understand God's creation. We will never fully understand it, but and understand and observe realities of the natural world around us and quantify it. And I do believe because of divine creation, there is an ordered state to the universe. It's not entirely ordered because of, entropy or chaos theory, but there's something ordered about it, obviously. And because of that, because of the fact that it is made in the image of a divine creator, we can use science to observe that and quantify that and prove that. That's the science I'd say I believe in, right? But what it is today is basically just a bunch of like people who are fundamentally in rebellion to everything that is natural, just trying to like manufacture, like I said, an appearance of authority when they don't have any. So
sexualized and thus confused about their identity is manifest in Florida's Parental Rights and Education Act.
It's
Thank you for the
not
5.
sexual. They just say it. They don't even think twice about it.
Stoicism is
They're like,
inherently
oh wow, learning
masculine.
about
So
gender
true.
and how
So
some people
true.
identify. Clearly, this is the same as teaching kids what it means to fuck.
Its text plainly states that discussion of sexual orientation is out of bounds. This piece of legislation, which now has
Gender identity is not sexual orientation.
counterparts in several other states, has in turn been mocked.
It's basically implicitly linked to it, I would argue, because it really is linked to it. Because if you're homosexual, for instance, just as an example, it would matter what, gender or whatever sex that you are, right? You see, like, okay.
By progressives. Setting aside the appropriateness of teaching small children that their gender is malleable or that kids designating tree as their preferred pronoun is okay, progressives say the Florida law is unnecessary. Why? Because these progressives claim these lessons aren't actually taught.
They are. Let's see what Hunter says. I know people want us to end the video. We won't watch the whole thing. We'll watch like
They're a
a
figment
few
of
more
the parents'
minutes, okay?
imagination. Some figment. But if this is all just a fever dream on the right, then opponents of these bills are caught in their own circular logic. If these topics aren't taught in schools, then why is the bill controversial? Florida will be legislating against.
Well,
Exactly.
I will definitely acknowledge that the whole "don't say gay" bill thing was probably a little bit over the top and a pretty hyperbolic. But like the problem is that lessons like this, or at least from their logic, I think I can understand that usually it's not on a day-to-day basis that they're like, all right, kids, today we're going to learn about what it means to be gay. Yay. But it's that if that subject comes up organically in the classroom, they should be able to talk about that and shouldn't risk losing their jobs. That's the best answer I can give. But this is like a really cheap attempt at a gotcha. Wow.
Against nothing. But that's not what's happening. Recently, in the Glendale Unified School District in California, parents confronted their school board.
Hey, that's near where I live, kind
After they
of.
learned that a third grade teacher had shown their kids videos for Gay Pride Month that included nudity and discussions of sexual arousal. A decade
Really? All right. So finally, we have an example of something that is definitely sounds questionable.
teacher had shown their kids videos for Gay Pride Month that included nudity and
Finally, that sounds questionable. All right, we fine. We can watch something else. Okay, people keep leaving the chat because they're like, "Stop watching this." All right, fine. We'll watch something else. Okay, we can watch something else. Where are my fellow LA County boys at? Right here. Used to be, formerly. Okay, Luke, are you still in? Are you still in LA County? It's unfortunate if you are. You don't necessarily have to leave California, but at least go to like Simi Valley. At least go to Ventura County, Orange County, maybe. Like at least do one of these things. Okay. Can we watch Bryson Gray now? We could consider watching Bryson Gray. Or we could watch Red Eagle. Painfully, yes. I'm gonna assume you're in high school. I don't know if you are. I'm gonna assume you're in high school and you're stuck there. I was in the same boat. And I got out, which was fun after I graduated. But LA County born, but now in Orange County. Yeah. Really for me, okay, I know some people think I'm a little cringe for like, oh, you escaped where you're from. But it's just like, it'd be different if I had, actually, maybe it'd be even worse, but it was just like, I don't really want to raise a family in California, like realistically. Okay. And I know that like totally moving away from like where your kind of legacy is there's something anti-traditional about it. But at the same time, I come from more of like a nuclear family, not than like a traditional family. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a nuclear family and there's a traditional family is like you've had stake here several generations and you guys all kind of live on the same area, whatever. And like mine is more so like everyone's spread out. It's all like single generation suburban family. Like that's more nuclear, right? I think eventually I want to establish a traditional family where it's like a bloodline all kind of like growing up in the same community and we have like land that we've had for several generations. Like that's ultimately my goal. Like that's what I ultimately want to be at. And like, frankly, it wasn't going to be possible in Southern California and really California in general. I am a refugee, American refugee and stuck in the South now, literally. So play a game on stream. I have a Mac. I don't know if there's realistically a lot we can play on stream. We should still be reacting right now, but it copyrighted. Okay. Hunter hasn't gained subscribers since he left the right. Yeah, that's predictable. I mean, it really is. He probably is gaining a few, but he's probably losing a lot more, I'd have to imagine. So Vince is now rocking the suburbs. Vince is actually kind of less rocking the suburbs now. But I grew up rocking the suburbs, kind of. That is true. Okay. Red Eagle Live. We'll hop in Red Eagle's live for a little bit. We won't stay for the whole time, but we can hop in for a little bit.
He pivoted correctly.
Remember to leave a like on Red Eagle's stream, by the way.
While not compromising his values to the general election. And as a result, he is going to win in Pennsylvania. Hands down, every single metric is showing.
We talking about Mastriano? Let's go.
And he is still somebody
King
that's very,
Mastriano.
ideologically far right. He still calls himself a Christian nationalist. And look what he's doing in the polls right now. Margin of error, the same early polls that had Trump down to Biden by 10 to 15 points in Pennsylvania. He's only down by 2 to 3. And that kind of tells you where the center of gravity on the right wing is moving. This is not the Republican Party of old. We are shifting the Overton window. You could point to a candidate who failed in 2010 in a certain state, and you could say, hey.
Dude, it's literally like Donald Trump was the first Republican to flip Pennsylvania since what, 1988? Maybe even before that, maybe like 1984, right? The idea that like Doug Mastriano is too Trumpian for Pennsylvania is, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Mitt Romney lost Pennsylvania. John McCain, George Bush, they all lost Pennsylvania. Trump was the first person to flip the state and really make the state competitive on, you know, a presidential level. I know it had like Pat Toomey, I guess you could say too. But, you know, truly, so the idea that it's just ridiculous. Western Pennsylvania is full of middle American radicals. Okay, I talked about this in my speech. I talked about this before. I mean, that is not Republican country. That's not legacy Republican country. Those people all used to be Democrat voters. It is Trump country. Okay, they are right-wing populists, right? They are the middle American radicals, as talked about by Sam Francis and others, right? This really is the core of the Trump constituency. To win statewide in Pennsylvania, you don't need a carbon copy of Trump necessarily, but you need someone who appeals to those people. And these electability people who seem to think that, like, well, you know, we just run some neocon, like whoever, right? You just run some Glenn Youngkin style, like suburban Republican. That's not going to really get you the margins you need in Western Pennsylvania to overcome places like Philadelphia. It's just not. It's ridiculous, you know. That is the base that you want turned out in Pennsylvania. And by the way, Western Pennsylvania is not maxed out. Okay, we're not talking about the Deep South where it's like legacy Republicans for several decades. There's still a ton of work that needs to be done in like Western Pennsylvania. And there's still a lot of like legacy kind of like Union Democrats there. They're coming over, but in order to really capitalize on them, you need a message that appeals to them. Not your cocktail Southern California, Nova, Virginia, like, you know, suburban Republicans, and this is true. So,
hey, well, they were too far right. Like they'll look at Sharon Angle,
and Mastriano is a king. Okay, assuming he wins, let's hope he does. I think he will. You know, literally, you're going to see the rightward trend of Pennsylvania, and you could argue even the states around it accelerate because of his effective governance. I mean, truly, it's going to make Pennsylvania from a swing state to a red state, you know, in the same way you could argue DeSantis is doing here in Florida. Like, effective, aggressive governance works. It really does.
But I mean, Adam Laxalt is pretty much ideologically in line with Sharon Angle. He just gets off his rear end in campaigns. Angle was ahead in every single poll. Every single poll had Sharon Angle leading. She didn't campaign, and as a result,
Mastriano is running a very effective, you know, grassroots campaign too. He's campaigning very hard. People overlook this, you know. It's such a little thing. It's like, how often are you door knocking? But like, it really does add up. And Mastriano, yeah, it's very underfunded. Sadly, the national GOP will not give him a lot of resources, which is kind of ironic. They say he's unelectable, but then they won't help him, you know. But they'll help all these other people, right? But he's campaigning very hard. He's running a very effective campaign from what I've heard. And so
they'll look at Colorado, which has been, moving left and was already gone at that point, and they'll say, oh, Ken Buck lost, so Blake Masters will lose. Comparing apples to oranges. And it's like, first of all, the Overton window is shifting. Second of all, Ken Buck barely lost. He would have won if he was running in Arizona, probably by 5 to 10 points or so that election cycle. So that's what it comes down to. Furthermore, we're looking at these elections throughout the entire country, and you see solid Republicans doing well. The good candidates, the good America First candidates, they're rising in the ranks. The establishment is doing everything possible to stop them. We'll talk about Arizona and what they're doing to Kari Lake in a minute. But throughout the entire country, the narrative is being decimated in real time, and that is what I call the electability war. We are at war with stupid people in the Republican Party.
So true. We're at war with stupid people. Real.
If you are a fighter, if you are an authentic conservative, if you are an American nationalist, a Christian nationalist, whatever you want to call yourself, you need actual people that will represent your values in power.
George Floyd conservative.
And we need to cleanse the party
of
the old guard and replace it with the new guard. And in order to do that, we need to build off of Trumpism. You don't compromise. You don't bend the knee. You don't, fall victim to the pivot vehicle. And that's the other thing I talked about in my last video with the Trump-DeSantis thing. Even if we like DeSantis as governor, even if he's doing good things as governor, at the national level, you are putting somebody in power that all the neocons and never-Trumpers want to rise to power. That's it. That's who they pick. They don't pick Trump. If Trump was the,
I mean, here's the thing really is like, but DeSantis is not as bad as Mike Pence or Nikki Haley. What's the problem there? And it's like, yeah, and there are a lot of neocons who are behind like Mike Pence 2024. You see like Young America's Foundation keeps platforming him. I don't know why they keep doing a campus tour of Mike Pence, okay, which is just clownery, obviously. But it's mainly because I think most of these neoconservatives understand that Mike Pence doesn't stand a shot in a Republican primary. Nikki Haley doesn't stand a shot. They see DeSantis as the most viable option. Now, with that said, is DeSantis admittedly a lot better from our perspective than someone like Nikki Haley? Sure. But understand, they're picking him as the pivot vehicle away from Trumpism, I would argue, out of convenience, right? It's out of convenience. Well, he's the only one with a shot per se, right? It's the only one who seems like he could do it. And that's what we need to understand. And I've talked about this before. I've talked about this in the past few videos on it and stuff like that. But I don't think that Ron DeSantis in his heart is a neoconservative. I don't think he is. I think a lot of the Ron DeSantis counter signaling is stupid. Like, he's a neocon, he's a traitor, not on our side. Like, I don't believe that about him. I think he's contributed a lot to this movement, to the Overton window. I think his approach to statewide power is effective, and hopefully he's going to set a very good precedent that's going to kind of shift the way conservatives use power at the state level and the national level. But with that said, I think it's important to understand that the people who want him to either get Trump to step aside and run, or even to primary Trump, right? These are not people who like Ron DeSantis because of just his effective culture warrior policy or whatever. They're getting behind DeSantis fundamentally because they want Trump out of the party. Why do they want Trump out of the party? Because they want Trumpism out of the party. This needs to be understood. Like, people, and I don't care how much you like Ron DeSantis, we need to acknowledge this is the reason why people are trying to push him to run for president in 2024, right? There's a difference between the two, right? They're in the same way Trump, I think, probably has very good intentions, but there's bad people around him. Same is true of DeSantis, you could say. And that's what people need to understand, right? And I know Red Eagle is using the term pivot vehicle a lot. I think that's a good way to conceptualize it. I think this is true. So, Trump minus Jared, preferably. I 100% agree.
Compromised candidate, or the compromised president, I should say, who allowed himself to get easily played by the establishment, as they say, and to some extent, they're right. But this notion that they wouldn't be able to, easily play somebody like a career politician like Ron DeSantis kind of tells you everything. And that is why I said in my video that Ron DeSantis is that pivot vehicle. That is what they view him as. They do not view him as somebody who is like this authentic fighter, American nationalists that will destroy their stronghold on American power structures, especially within the Republican Party. No. I mean, Trump, to some extent, is not going to finish like draining the swamp. The swamp wasn't really drained completely throughout his presidency. Arguably, in some capacity, it got worse because they ramped themselves up against him, which is true. But at the end of the day, if we are actually going to drain the swamp, you are going to need somebody who is an authentic conservative fighter. Just like we need people at the state level who are like Ron DeSantis.
So
in the
true.
sense that they're using power.
Rep is
to get
100%
things done,
right
but
on
actually
DeSantis.
we
Yeah,
need
he
people
is.
that
He
are
is.
better than
We have
Ron
the same
DeSantis,
take,
I
literally.
think. And you're seeing that with a lot of these governors or gubernatorial candidates that are running people.
I like Ron. If he's truly a genuine patriot, then he must not fight on behalf of the establishment. No, 100%. This is a perfect take, BR Home. So true. Like, I don't think he's going to primary Trump in 2024. I don't see him doing that. There may be something of an implicit competition going on right now. I'm sure he's testing the waters. I don't think he's ultimately going to do that. But it is an open question, right? Because I think if he does do that, then it shows where his true colors are. And as great of a governor he may have been before, it really shows, shows who he really is. And this is true. This is true. The people who want him to run, as good as he is, and as much as I really don't have anything that bad to say about him, besides minor maybe disagreements on certain things, but I'm definitely not like he's a shill, he's like Dan Crenshaw type of thing. But this is true.
Like Doug Mastriano, people that are like, Carrie Lake in Arizona, that's another big one. And there are several other good candidates around the country that are running beyond that point. But it's like you have these people that get it. You have these people that do.
So true.
And then you have the establishment that is, running their psyops against them as we speak, because they want to, hold the power that they have. They will do this, and they will pivot to the right in some capacity in order to gain the, normie boomer con support. Somehow Blake Masters and Carrie Lake in Arizona are too far right to win, but they're also fake conservatives, according to these people, because that's how they're running their psyops. They will.
Yeah, it's just desperate, Like, oh, Carrie Lake is too right wing, but then here's her with like this drag queen or something. I don't know, like whatever that was. So she's actually like left wing, but she's not electable because she's right wing. But also, you shouldn't vote for her in the primary because she's actually like left wing. I don't know, and the same is true of, I guess they do the same thing with Blake Masters to a lesser extent. It's like he's too far right, but also he's compromised by the establishment because of Peter Thiel. It doesn't make any sense. It's literally self-contradictory. This is true.
Speak out of both sides of their mouth just so they can get what they want. And that's what it comes down to. And that's where the issue is. Really. They will do everything possible. They don't care about staying, it's not about principle. And we know that they don't have principles. The only principle they have is to cave into the left when they actually achieve power in this country. So we need to do everything possible. The undecided voters in the electorate for Arizona, I really am very confident that Blake Masters is going to pull off that primary. I think the people that are in the Burno gang are going to get extremely embarrassed on election night. It's going to be brutal. In fact, I can already envision like one precinct reporting.
Let's go.
And that precinct comes in like
bow
Pima
to the
County in
master.
Tucson,
real.
And it's like 1% of the vote.
Putting that in the
Brnovich
chat.
Like
oh wait,
1
no, I
point
thought
lead.
we're several minutes
and
behind.
then it just gets evaporated with the next vote dump. And these people are going to cope relentlessly on Twitter. We're going to love to see it. But beyond that point, we also need to focus on the gubernatorial race, which does matter. The gubernatorial race is
should we go live? Or let's go back to the live stream.
Trump's, base being energized in 2016. People will say, oh, well, Trump, he only won because Obama was a two-term president, which is absolutely laughable. Anybody who makes that take is not a serious person in politics. I mean, if you think Jeb Bush would have beaten Hillary or Ted Cruz or literally anybody else would have beaten Hillary in 2016, I think you're not a serious person, because they were extremely unpopular. They were down in the polls. Obama was a two-term president, but he also had a 50% approval rating. Trump was the only one that was able to fend off Hillary Clinton's attacks and establishmentarianism because he brought something new to the table.
So
and
true.
What if somebody like a Cruz or a Rubio, would they have attacked Hillary on, the corruption? Yeah, but would have it exactly played out the same? In my opinion, they're also career politicians. I'm not entirely sure that it would.
Yeah. I think Ted Cruz post 2018 with the beard, he might have done okay in the general against Hillary, but I don't know, 2016 Ted Cruz, I don't think he was really all that. He really wasn't it. People, by the way, imagine the America we'd have if Ted Cruz, or the Republican Party we'd have if Ted Cruz, let's just say he won in 2016. We would just not be where we need to be. You get another 4 years. I mean, you get 4 years that are better than Bush. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, but you basically just get a softcore kind of Tea Party 4 years. Many of the fundamental problems that our country was facing just would not overall be fixed, and it would just not be good. He's milquetoast. So true, literally. So
not sure that it would, and maybe Rubio would have done better.
I feel like people forget this too. Let us remember this. Actually, Trump swept the Republican primary in 2016. I feel like not enough people remember this. By the middle, all the candidates were just hoping for a contested convention. And then I believe when you look at the margins, actually, Trump won. I know they called the Republican primary before the Democrat primary. By the way, Hillary Clinton was literally lined up, literally was just passed the torch. Okay. And it took her longer to fend off Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders came much closer to winning than anyone came close to Donald Trump in 2016. Okay, so let us remember that. Trump taking over the Republican Party, it was no fluke. It was no accident. It was no got lucky, manipulated this or that. He destroyed it in the 2016 primary. Okay? The closest second, Ted Cruz came in second place with 500 delegates or something, if we remember this. Okay. And the primary was over wasn't it over before California or right after California? I don't remember exactly when, but it was not close.
In the popular vote. I could have seen a situation where Rubio would have won the popular vote based off of the suburbs, but he would have lost the electoral college because he would not have done as well in terms of turning out the disaffected white voters in Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, etc. The states that
This is so true. I think, and that's also a good point. I think that in 2016, people like Jeb Bush, obviously, and even to a large extent, you could say Ted Cruz, really did symbolize a very outdated Republican electoral strategy, right? Because what was the Bush approach? Bush won places like what? Virginia, Colorado. Did he win New Mexico or Nevada? I believe, right? He wins Nevada, right? That was kind of his path to 270, right? That blue wall under Bush stayed up. Maybe go for Wisconsin, maybe go for Ohio, but besides that, not really. You know what I mean? And I think that Ted Cruz, you could say, was a very Sun Belt-esque candidate. Same thing with Jeb Bush. And the reality is the America that George W. Bush got elected under is not the same America now. And it's actually a very good point because people might look at it and say, well, I'm pretty sure Ted Cruz could have beaten Hillary in 2016. I mean, Hillary was not a strong candidate in and of herself. And it's easy to say that on paper because it's well, he was passable, serviceable, I guess. Anything could have beaten that old, woman that was Hillary Clinton, very corrupt, had a lot of baggage. But then it's you look at the path to 270, we're talking about a country. Nevada is now coming back a little bit into swing, but it's Nevada by that time was gone. Virginia was gone, places like this. The old path to 270 was not there. The old path that Kerry W. was never going to make in 2016. I don't care what the Republican candidate is. The question really would become, right, could they do what Donald Trump did? Could Jeb Bush win Wisconsin or Pennsylvania or Michigan or come close in Minnesota? Could Ted Cruz do that? And really, when you look at their messaging, when you look at the Republican Party that they embolize, that they represent, they couldn't have done it. Like, I really look at it. I don't think they could have done it. You know, I don't think they could have cracked the blue wall. Even if, like Rep says, they might have done better in the suburbs, they wouldn't have cracked the blue wall. I think that part is definitely
to win
true.
the election. That's what it comes down to. It's not just the popular vote. Donald Trump could lose the popular vote in 2024 by 4 points and still
Romney
win
couldn't
the
win
Electoral
Iowa.
College.
True. Like,
I
let
mean,
me look
if
at that.
you adjust the popular vote to the right by, I believe, like 0.4 or whatever, it'd be even lesser if you just adjust it in the states necessary. But it doesn't take a lot to win an election. We don't do elections based off of popular votes. So even if we assume Rubio's polling lead would have held up, it doesn't mean that he would have won the election. And anybody who says John Kasich would have beaten Donald Trump or would have beaten Hillary Clinton in 2016 is also laughable.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
He was an unknown entity. So he was polling in, I guess
the country would be screwed regardless, by the way.
But
it
as
would
a
be in the
result, when
dumpster.
the actual
Like, really.
election cycle would have kicked in, he would have, been extremely a turnout deactivator per se among the base. So do keep that in mind. So looking at the poll, the DeSantis 2024 brigade is down to 19%. So we have converted some people. I think I've converted a lot more than just 5% because I've been talking about this for about a good, month or two. But when you look in terms of the aggregation that you could put all the facts together, everybody's got to.
Okay. Anyways, that's enough shilling the Red Eagle stream. I think we get it at this point. I don't want to like totally stream snipe his whole stream, but this is very true. All of the just because Donald, you look at they're still opportunistic too. Are they not so opportunistic? The second that Trump is a little vulnerable because some of his endorsements lose, which by the way are his fault more than anything, but still, the second that he's not so much out of the public sphere, all this like retconning comes out of the picture where it's like, well, Trump was never electable. Well, Ted Cruz could have cracked the blue wall. Well, this is why we need Ron DeSantis and Trump needs to step out of the way. It's like, it's retconning. It's political retconning of what they're doing to Trump. This is real. So, all right. What do we do now? What do we do now, folks? I don't know. We could play a game. We could take a test. We could react to Bryson Gray. We could do a lot of different things. I don't know. React to Primetime Stein on IG calling AOC beautiful. John Doyle shared it on his stories. It's hilarious. I saw that too. I saw that. AOC just looked confused. I don't know if we're thinking of the same thing. What is retconning? It's a gaming term, I think, mainly. But a retcon is like in a series when the canon basically changes. So let me think of an example of like a retcon. Like, I don't know if I can think of a specific example of it, but basically, like, say something happened in one, let's just say a movie. This happened in the last movie, and this was a part of the lore. But actually, okay, here's an example: is like in Star Wars, like I don't know, I think from like episode 4 to 5, there's like the same. It's the same lightsaber that Luke has, but it's like different in the parts. That's kind of minor, but you could say that's a retcon. Right, because you're like changing what was in the last movie, but never officially changing the canon, but like quietly changing what is true. Fallout has a lot of retconning. This is real. Unless you're saying I should play Fallout. Star Wars is the eternal retcon, literally. So I don't know, or we could take a test, I guess. I don't know. What should we do? Let's just do Q&A for a little bit. I'm gonna go through the chat and then we'll decide from there. Okay. America under Cruz wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Well, I just don't think we would be where we need to be. We would never solve the long-term crises that are building up, right? That we're now like approaching now. We would just never be awake to America's problems. We'd be probably in the dark for another decade out of the sense of naivety, at least. And as a result, the American right just wouldn't have the time it needs to take back the country, which we should have done a long time ago, obviously. I mean, it really should have started, you could say basically a century ago, but you could even say like 1992, maybe 1964, even all the way up until now. We should have done it much sooner, but you know. So you should play Fallout. Guys, I have a MacBook, okay? I'd be lucky if I can stream like a browser game. That's like the most we maybe could get away with, and I don't even know if that would work. Not sure if Roe v. Wade would be overturned under Cruz. Yeah, I don't think it would either. I don't think it would either. So 16 personality. I feel like that wouldn't be such a bad idea. I don't know. Let's play the Oregon Trail. Let's do that. We're playing Oregon Trail, boys. Okay. No one suggested it. I listened to none of our recommendations, but I have nostalgia. I have nostalgia for this game. What can I say? Let's play Oregon Trail. Real. The best game ever made, quite literally. All right, let's see. Hopefully it doesn't give me a virus. This looks to be on an official enough website. Let's do it. No one suggested this. I came up with this, okay? But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Everyone's going to like this. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to enjoy us playing the Oregon Trail. This is real. This is real. You know, I kind of relate to the Oregon Trail because this is basically what it's like me road tripping, obviously. I'm in a car. I have modern luxuries. I get to stop at gas stations. It's literally just like the Oregon Trail, okay? Me and Jackson are going to New York. This was literally us. You know, we stopped and we're like, okay, all right, how many bullets do we need? How much food do we need to pack? Can our oxen ford the, the Hudson River, right? We asked all these real questions. And this is true. I'm surprised Oregon Trail wasn't canceled in 2020. Well, people probably just forgot about it. What's wrong with Oregon Trail? There's no, what's even controversial about this? Okay. So anyways, press the 1 button. Okay. Many kinds of people. I haven't played this game in a very long time, by the way. I know nothing about it. We're probably going to die. I'd be very surprised if we actually make it to Oregon. But all right, many kinds of people made the trip to Oregon. You may be a banker from Boston, you may be a carpenter from Ohio, or be a farmer from Illinois. I don't know. What's the difference? I want to see what the difference is. Okay, traveling to Oregon isn't easy, but if you're a banker, you have more money. Well, that always helps. In services, however, the harder okay. Oh, so being a banker is the easiest. All right. I haven't played this in a while. We're going banker mode. We're going Hamiltonian urbanite mode. Okay, for real. We're being a banker from Boston because I don't want to die right away and then everyone makes fun of me. Okay, what is the name of the first wagon leader? This is thevincedao. Wait, how do I name it? What's going on? Oh, here we go. Okay. I can't. What is going on with this page? Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. What? Can I name the wagon leader? All right. I guess we're just screwed now. I guess we're just not playing the game. I'm gonna try to refresh it. Cringe urbanite. Vince, come on, man. It makes the game easier, okay? All right. You go play the Oregon Trail then, okay? I'm trying to have the most entertaining experience here. All right. Just join the chat. What is Vince playing? We're playing Oregon Trail. Fine. We'll be a carpenter from Ohio. You guys are. I'm just thevincedao. Okay. What are the other numbers? Okay, we'll do Vince's. Nah. No, we don't need to do that. Okay, let's just. Oh, right. Okay, David Carl. Okay, we'll do Red Eagle. John Doyle. And who should the fifth one be? Pajit Dow. We'll do. I don't know who adds to the lore. I want the fifth one to be kind of funny. George. No, it's the no. Okay. Because then it's gonna say George Floyd has died because like it's probably gonna happen in the game, and then we're gonna get guidelines or something. Okay. Okay. Do we want to do real American? Real American. All right, we're going. I can't. Real America. Okay, I need a shorter name. Okay. I don't know. Someone said Elijah Schaefer. Should we make it Elijah Schaefer? All right. We'll do Badan. Are these names correct? Yes. It's 1848. You're jumping off is okay. Ask for advice. I don't know. You're told if you leave too early, there won't be any grass for oxen. You leave too late, you may not get to Oregon before winter comes. You leave just the right time. So that basically suggests May, does it not? We're going with May. Before leaving Independence, you should buy equipment and supplies. You have $800 in cash. You don't have to spend it all now. Real. Buy whatever you need at the Match General store. I'm debating whether to take this seriously or just buy a bunch of ammunition for no reason. I remember I used to do that a lot. Hi, I'm Matt. So you're going to Oregon. I can fix you up with what you need. You need a team of oxen, clothing for both the winter and summer, plenty of food for your trip, ammunition, spare parts for your wagon. Okay. Well, I guess we need to buy oxen. There are 2 oxen in a yoke. I recommend at least 3 yoke. I charge at least $40 a yoke. These prices are ridiculous, okay? This is literally Joe Brandon inflation right now. I am just a mere carpenter from Ohio, and Joe Brandon doesn't want to let me go to Oregon. And you look at this guy. This guy just looks subversive. I mean, he's a con artist. I mean, just take a look at this guy. Okay. He recommends at least 3 yoke. So clearly we need about 10 yoke. I can't even put in 10 yoke. Wow. I kind of want to play the game satirically, but I don't know. But should we just play it honestly? Okay, fine. He says 3 yoke. We'll go with 3 yoke. $120. Breaking the bank. You know, in 1845. Who is president in 1845? Polk? Right? Or am I being stupid? Who is president in 1845? Who was president in 1845? It was James K. Polk. I knew it. Okay, well that joke is not funny then, because it's still the same president. All right. You know, under Andrew Jackson, I didn't have to pay this much. Real. I don't know. Not funny. I ruined my own joke. Okay. The Polk inflation. Let's go, James. Let's go, James. Wow. All right. Number 2, we need food. I recommend at least 200 pounds of food for each person. My price is 20 cents a pound. So 200 pounds of food. And we need... Who needs 200 pounds of food? You people are just... You know... We might as well eat the bugs at this point. These prices are outrageous. 20 cents a pound. So we need 1,000 pounds of food. Is that right? We got 1,200 pounds of food. Now, you know what? Can I go back? I guess not. Okay. I guess we can't go back. I feel like I'm buying too much. Am I buying too much? Buy max food? I was thinking of this. That's what I was thinking. It's like more fun anyway. Under Henry Clay. So true. So true. These damn Democrats. Okay. Clothing. We need warm clothing. 2 sets per person. So we need 10 sets. 20 sets. 10 sets. $460. This is killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You really are. You're killing me, Mr. President Polk. All right. This is why we need a central bank. Hold on, too. Can I go back on my... Such an old game. I can't even go back. Wow. All right. Well, we're going to max out our bullets. So let's get like 25. Why is that so cheap? Hold on. Okay, let's get 10 more. We're going to get 35 bullets. Why is ammunition so cheap? I don't understand. Am I doing this right? Oh, you undid the food. Oh, that's why. Okay. He recommends 200 per person. So let's just do 1,000 pounds of food. We'll do the bare minimum on that front. Okay. It's a good idea to have a few spare parts for your wagon. What am I, a woman driver? Why? Why do I need spare parts for the wagon? Okay. I can drive just fine. Real. All right, fine. How many wagon wheels? I don't know. Two. Is that good? Is that good, guys? Am I going to regret this and not have a functioning wagon? I don't know. Okay. This is enough. We're going to Oregon. So true. So true. That's me right there. That's me right there. I look just like that. That's my son. That's my wife who's being very disloyal to me. Wow. She's not going to be there when I come back from Oregon. It's very black going. All right. People are saying it was... Okay. Weather, cool. Health, good. Pace, steady. Rations, filling. Pace, steady. What is this? Do you know who you're talking to? We should go fast pace. In 1845, Vince was... So true. All right. Let's go. Should we set I kind of want to set fast pace. I don't know. Let's just start regular. I don't even really know how this game works. I haven't played it since I was like little. Okay. Let's go. Look at that oxen. He's a tank. Badan has exhaustion. Come on, Badan. We just started. We're going. Silly. No, I don't care. We're continuing on. All right. Would you like to look around? Sure. Let's take a look at the Kansas River. Wow. Immaculate. This is what the libtards fear. All right, let's go. You must cross the river. 620 feet across, 4.5 feet deep. That's nothing. We're fording the river. We're going for it. Come on, oxen. What? I lost 165 bullets. Just pick them out of the water. Red Eagle drowned. David Carlson drowned. Really? It's 4.5 feet deep. How do you drown in 4.5 foot water? Oh my gosh. Why? It's so over. It's so over, boys. It's so over. Oh no. 165 bullets. I'm more mad about that than I am about David Carlson. Let's be honest. That's a lot of ammunition, okay? That could have fed us for like several... Wow. We lost 2 oxen. 83 pounds of food. He says, you moron. Wow, I'm blackpilled on this trip already. All right, it's not fun anymore. We are no longer singing Life is a Highway. All right. This was a bad idea. Everything's going wrong. White boy summer redeemed though. We have found wild fruit. That would be funny. That's funny. This is white boy summer literally right here. Turn back to Missouri. Real. One of the oxen is injured. Why? You're just walking on flat grass, dude. Real. I'm not throwing David under the bus. I'm just saying I'm a little more upset about my 165 bullets being lost. I mean, that's a lot of ammunition. How does it all fall out like that? I don't understand. Downgraded. So true. Such a good one. One of the oxen is injured. Okay, just leave him behind. We'll eat him for food. It's desperate. All right, let's look at the Big Blue Crossing. Wow, you gonna drown in this one too? We're gonna lose 2 more members on this. All right, let's go. Let's go. It is 3.1 feet deep. Well, clearly that's enough to ford the river. We're fording it. We're fording it. It'll be fine. Trust the plan. Patriots in control. Let's go. Patriots in we did it. We did it. So true. I think it was David's fault on the last time. He's the reason we drowned in the river. Okay, we made it this time. We made it this time. What is this, by the way? This is Oregon Trail. Turn down. I have turned down the volume. I literally did. Let's go. We need to play this tomorrow on the 714 stream, and I'll make it like funnier. Okay. From the Big Blue River crossing, it is 118 miles to Fort Kearney. All right, here we go. Eastbound and down, loaded up in oxen. A thief comes during the night. How do you steal an ox? How do you steal a whole ox? That doesn't make any sense. This guy just comes. Oh, let me just take an ox. Okay. Smash and grab a freaking ox. Wow. This is literally 1984. Okay, this is literally 1984. How do you steal an ox? Really? Look at this guy. How do you not hear an ox being stolen? Come on, VinceDao. Come on, John Doyle. Come on, Nathaniel Abbott. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Wow. Wow. David's vape pen sunk the wagon. So true. Wild fruit. Let's go. Let's go. The tide is turning. Red Eagle was bad luck. David Carlson was bad luck. Now we're on. Now we've only taken W's ever since the Kansas River. This is real. Here we go, boys. Good health. We're at Fort Kearney. All right. Let's look at Fort Kearney. Wow. Incredible. She's waiting on the love of a traveling soldier. This is true. All right. Continue on the trail. Let's go. We're going to Chimney Rock. All right. John Doyle has a fever. Come on, John. Come on, John. Really? How can you do this? How can you do this? You're fine. You're fine. Rub some dirt on it. We're continuing. That's why he hasn't been uploading, because he's just been sick. This is real. We were at 714 pounds of food. I don't know if people saw that. That was kind of funny. All right, come on. Badan has dysentery. Come on, Badan. Just drink water properly. Come on. What are we doing here? We got wild fruit. All right, let's go. Lose the trail. That's my fault, because I was driving and I'm Asian. That's why we lost the trail. This is real. Doyle isn't uploading. It's real, literally. All right, let's look at Chimney Rock. Incredible. Incredible. Someone said we have to buy more ammo. Okay. Can we buy more ammo? Can we attempt to trade? 44 pounds of food for one wagon wheel. That just doesn't sound worth it. Can we check our supplies? We have 35 bullets. I bought like 200 bullets. And we lost them all in the Kansas River because David Carlson is like, oh, well, my vape pen, I got a vape on this river. And then the whole thing sunk. Just sad. Sad. Let's talk. Can we talk to people? Aunt Rebecca Sims tells you, I heard terrible stories about wagon parties running out of food before Oregon. We're fine. The whole party's starving to death. We must check our supplies often. Always plan for the worst. She says, Rebecca Sims says, plan for the worst. I say, trust the plan. And honey, we are not the same. We are not the same, you and I. Okay, we are built different. This is true. This is the boys' road trip. So true. All right, let's go. Let's go. You find an abandoned wagon, but it is empty. Wow. L. BLM already looted it. This is real. Fine. What we got a lot. We got a lot of wild fruit. This is true. Our health is back to good. I'm white pilled. You passed by a gravesite. All right, who died here? Here lies Volan. Hey. Come out and play. Wow. This is so true. We're built different. We're built different. David Carlson, he wasn't cut for the Oregon Trail. Red Eagle's not cut for the Oregon Trail. Fort Laramie. Incredible. Wow. We can buy supplies. All right, we need to buy ammunition. Let's buy, I don't know, 12 boxes of ammunition. No, wait. Ammunition. Let's buy 8 boxes of ammunition. All right, let's go. We are back on the trail. Real. Bad water. Very little water. Bad water. Why don't we have water? Come on. Find wild fruit. Let's go. Let's go, boys. We are doing this. Inadequate grass. What do you need grass for? Very little water. John Doyle has a broken arm. Why did he break his arm? He's just sitting in the wagon. What are you doing? You're just sitting in the wagon. We haven't even gone hunting. We're not doing anything. We've just been sitting in this wagon all day. And John Doyle has a broken arm. Come on. Notice how VinceDao has the first, he's not gotten any injuries. John and Madan, they keep getting sick. They keep breaking their limbs. But at least they're still with us. At least they're still with us. Yeah. Should we stop to rest? Can we do that? Our health is fair. I think we should be fine. Okay. From Independence Rock, it is 102 miles to South Pass. All right, let's go. Very little water. We'll get some water. Didn't we just pass a river? Come on. Almost to 714. 714, let's go. Let's go. This is so true. So true. John Doyle has typhoid. How did you do such a thing? Now, how did you do such a thing? You're not South Pass. We like to look around. All right. Wow. Incredible. You want to talk to people? An Indian tells you, when white men first crossed our lands, their wagons were few. Now they crowd the trail in great numbers. Their land is overgrazed with their many animals. Do any white men still live in the east? My people talk of moving. Real. Okay. We could head for Green River Crossing, or we could head for Fort Bridger. Well, let's see the map first. Fort Bridger, where are we? So we're here, right? So where's Fort Bridger's here? Well, that doesn't seem like it's on the way to Oregon. Where's Green River Crossing? I don't know. I don't know. Let's go for Green River Crossing. I don't really know. It doesn't really explain which one you're supposed to do. So, all right, let's go. Inadequate grass. Well, then grow some grass, dude. All right. Very little water. You're a water. There's water right there. There's water right there. So true. All right. Would you like to look around? Yes. Oh, I remember this being kind of hard. Uh-oh. All right, hold on. I might have to position this mic so I can actually have my hands on this. All right. Oh, my bad. Okay. 20 feet deep. Okay, we're not fording that. We're not fording the river. All right. It would be very funny, honestly, to ford the river. It really would, but we can't ford the river. That's a meme. Okay. Why don't we just take the ferry across? What's wrong with taking the ferry across? I feel like that just seems like. Uh-oh. Oh no, guys. Guys. Uh-oh. Happened again. I can't press the thing. Oh gosh. No. Really? Can I play the game? Wow. We're almost at Oregon. We were almost at Oregon. It won't. Oh, there we. Let's go. Okay, we're back. All right. False alarm. Ferry operator says you charge you $5. You have to wait 3 days. Yes, $5. That's chump change. I'm a stacked carpenter from Ohio. Okay, that ain't nothing. Look at that. Boom. Real. They trust very. How do we have very little water? We just crossed the river, dude. Just get a bucket or something. Wow. Joe Brandon and Joe Polk does not want us to have clean water. John Doyle broke his arm again. Amazing. How does John Doyle keep breaking his arm? What is he doing? What is this guy doing? We found wild fruit. Let's go. John Doyle is catching every disease in the book. I don't know how he's still alive. It's not like we have medicine. This is like the 1800s. John Doyle has died. Wow. Rest in peace. Vince, you can't drink river water. Really? What are they going to drink then? How are they drinking water? It's the Oregon Trail. Of course you can drink river. Who said you can't drink river water? All right, it's the 1800s. Where else are people going to get their waters? All right, rest in peace, John Doyle. It's just me and Badan left. Let's go. We're going to Oregon. Wow. That's immodest. She should be covered from head to toe. That's a little immodest, if I'm being honest. Health is poor. All right, let's try to. Should we change pace? Actually, can we stop to rest? Let's stop to rest. We'll rest for 1 day. All right, let's go. Back on the trail. Eastbound and down. Once again, we are loaded up and trucking, and we are going to do what they say can be done. Real. All right. Wild fruit. Let's go. How do you stop to hunt? Can you do that? Hunt for food. That's what we can do because we're almost out of food here. So, all right. My computer's not angled that way, so I'm probably going to suck at this, but let's see. So point the rifle. Well, I don't have one of those I don't have one of those laptops that has this thing, so I'm just going to have to do the basic way. All right, spacebar to fire, enter to start walking. Okay. Oh, we got a bear. Okay, there we go. Real. Okay. Not NRA approved. Boom. Look at that. Hold on. Okay. Oh. These controls are not great, if I'm being real. Come on. Boom. This is just like real life. This is how hunting really goes. 270 pounds of food. Only 100 back to the wagon. All right, that's fine. We are back. We're so back. Let's go. Back on the trail. Stop wasting ammo. You're wasting ammo. We have 200 bullets. All right, we're fine. Yes, let's look at Fort Hall. Incredible. All right, let's go. Wrong trail. Oh, you're stupid. That's just dumb. Inadequate grass. Very little water. Get some water then. But Dan has cholera. Oh, gosh. So over, boys. Somehow Vince Dow has not gotten a single sickness on this whole trip. It's impressive. 21 bullets. Let's go. Stop wasting bullets. How does Badan have a broken leg? Oh, my gosh. I'm the only one left. I'm going to make it to Oregon all by myself. Vince Dow nationalism. Okay. Literally by definition. He broke his other leg. Okay, he's crippled. He's Madison Cawthorn now. Greg Abbott. Actually, Nathaniel Abbott, Greg Abbott, same family now. Wow. We got the grass back. Let's see if Badan makes it. Impassable trail, lose 7 days. What? We're out of food. Let me hunt. Oh my, we're gonna starve. All right, hold on. We gotta get some food. Wow. They didn't even give me a chance. If it's impassable, and let me stop and hunt. Really? All right. Come on. Oh gosh. These controls are not easy on this Mac. Like honestly. Really? Really? Come on. There we go. We got a rabbit. We can't even get the other one. Impressive. There's no animals on this trail. This is kind of sad. This is 1984. Wow. I got 2 pounds of food. Impressive. All right, we're trying again. We're trying again. That was not adequate. Oh my gosh. I'm bad at this. Boom! We are so back. The slam, the jam, the dodge ram. This is real. Okay. That was a squirrel. It wasn't worth it anyway. Come on. All right, there we go. It should be about 100. Wow, I really missed that. I really missed that. All right, there we go. 100 pounds. That's all we can carry back anyway. So let's go. Let's go. Video games are violent. The game. So true. So true. Don't waste ammo. We have a lot of ammo. I don't understand what your problem is. Okay. Yes, I will do a spray and pray, and you're not here. There's nothing you can do about it. Real. Wow. This Indian is just. What is he? Is he hailing Hitler? Wow. Wow. These Indians, man, they're just these neo-Nazi Indians. Frantic wife tells you, it says right here in the guidebook, you must hire an Indian to pilot you. It is dangerous. Why do I have to hire an Indian? The last time I hired an Indian, she hit my car. Okay. I don't know if this is a good idea. 6.5 feet deep in the middle. Oh, should we fine? We'll hire the Indian to help. Don't do it like last time. 2 sets of clothing. Sure. I don't know. Why not? Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Elizabeth Warren. Very cool. So true. You had no trouble. Wow. All right, we're going to Boise. But Dan is a quadriplegic now. Every single limb is broken. Rough trail. Rough trail. Another rough trail. All right, it's green. Let's stop to get food. All right. Let's go, Vince. Let's go, VinceDao. Let's go, VinceDao. Real. There we go. Wow. That's all we need. I want to try bear meat. I feel like eating bear would be good. Sounds good. We don't even need anything else. We can only carry 100 back to the wagon anyway. Dun, dun, dun. Real. Yep, there we go. Can we hunt again? Because we can take up. Oh, that was close. Should have had him. Stupid cactus. Why is there a cactus here? Wow, we're about to get nothing. This is sad. This is pathetic. This is literally 1984. Wow. Why do they keep hanging out around there? That is annoying. Incredible. You weren't unable to shoot any food. Yeah, I could see that. All right, whatever. Let's just go. CEO of wasting ammo. Hey, screw you. Okay. Is this your Indian wife? Yeah, I met my Indian wife there. She helped me across the river. That's how I met your mother. Real. All right, let's look at Fort Boise. Imagine living in the 1800s. You could just marry a girl like this. Wow. Truly the dream right there. So true. All right, let's go. All right, we're going to the Blue Mountains. Let's go. Severe blizzard. Oh, come on. We're in the snow. Wow. It's October. What is this? Why? I guess it's Idaho. I was about to say, what is this? Wyoming? Oh, we need food. We need food. Stop. Okay. All right. VinceDao to the rescue. Let's go. Look at that. Great start. Incredible. Oh, did I hit him? I don't even know. There we go. Come on, Bear. This is literally Red Dead Redemption. Oh, wow. Incredible. David Carlson playing Minecraft. This is superior. We're playing Oregon Trail. Real. Trad wife. Yeah, that literally is my 1800s trad wife. I have a trad wife. She's based. She's not even an e-girl. I wonder how the conversations would go back then. I don't know. What's an 1800s joke? Oh, it's like, oh yeah, she's a suffragist, but like she's based about it. Like she doesn't talk about it with me, bro. A suffragist is still a suffragist. No suffragist, never. Oh, dude, it's okay. It's okay. That's how these conversations probably went in the 1800s, like literally. Bro, what? She's a fan of Elizabeth Cady Stanton, dude. Cringe. No, actually, she's based. But Dan has a fever. You're gonna make it. Oh, shoot. Okay, now it's 1984 again. We can't. Wow. Can we go? Come on. I don't know what's happening. We're stuck again. Just click it. I'm trying. Look. It doesn't do anything. Look at that. I am clicking it. I'm trying to press space. This is stupid. We're almost at Oregon. It's literally November. Wow. Come on. Ah. Why? Why must they do this? Hell. Come on. Really? We have the best community. Everyone's like GTA, Minecraft. No, we're gonna play Oregon Trail and we're gonna enjoy it. My epic and base trad wife died of cholera. As many such cases. So true. So true. Where's the 7? It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Okay. Really? Gosh. Don't tell me we can't. We're like we made it this far, and now the game won't work because it won't let me like click on the browser. Like it's stupid. Come on. There we go. No, stop. We're out of food. What are you doing? Stop. You're literally starving. Come on. Damn it. Come on. Get out here. Really? We got 3 pounds of meat. We're eating good in the neighborhood tonight, folks. Truly. Wow. Come on. I suck at this. Like on this Mac, it's just not user friendly. I know that's a cope, but it really isn't. Okay. Get the beer. Get the beer. There we go. Now we're back. We are back. Patriots are in control. Okay, really? All right, at least we got the bear. I'm satisfied. There we go. That's all we needed. Very little water. Very poor health. Okay, let's stop. Hold on. Okay. Yes. Big numbers. Okay. Let's stop to rest. Let's rest for 2 days. We have enough. We have enough food to do it. Let's rest for 2 more days. Oh. Truly, we value a good night's sleep and a good day's rest. So let's go. Let's head for Fort Walla Walla. Fort Walla. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Restoration 100. We're so back. We know how to do stuff. Yeah, waste more ammo. Shh. 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 Streaming this Saturday, probably. All right, let's go. He has dysentery again. Well, let's get him some more food, boys. Okay, this is not easy. Wow. It's literally the worst landscape. Like, you got to get around all these stupid trees. Come on. Wow. I feel like the best strategy is just to stand here and hope they come for you. Come on. You spin. Wow. 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 Really? No, we're doing that again. Come on. You stupid. Really? Come on. What is this? Are we for real right now? Get the. Why did it cut me off? This is 1984. 7:13. We can't get any freaking food. Wow. Come on. Move. It's frozen. It's frozen now. I can't do anything. What's going on? I can't move. Get the. Really? We're gonna starve. We're gonna starve to death because I can't shoot a freaking. There we go. We are back. Why do they have to be behind all these trees? We got 66 pounds of meat. We're trying again. Come on. Get the move. Let me move. Oh my. Oh. Come on. Get the get the. Wow. 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 We can't do this. Get the bear. Get the bear. There we go. There we go. We're so back. We're so back. All should have trusted the plan. Literally the case. I'm just gonna stand here because that's the most meat we can carry is like one bear. So might as well stop with you keep wasting ammo. Okay. This is real. This is the song and dance of my people. There we go. All right, let's go. Back on the trail, boys. We're in fair health. We're literally back. We're literally back. Wow. Yeah, but you're running out of ammo. You're running out of ammo, bro. You gotta conserve your ammo. I'm a billionaire playboy genius. I got all the ammo I want. All right. Oh, my bad. Let's go. We're leaving Wawa, Fort Wawa. Let's go. Just be quiet. I'm the best survivalist of them all. I haven't had a single health problem on this whole trail so far. And even if I do, it's still impressive, you know? VinceDao claims to be conservative, but can't be quiet. None of you are trusting the plan. When we make it to Oregon, none of you are invited to Oregon with me, okay? We were gonna do it. We were gonna have an Oregon party. None of you are invited. I don't care. You're just jealous that I'm going to be in Oregon and you're not. All right. Haha, Missourians. Haha. You New York City folk. I'm in Oregon and you are not. The ladies here are fairer. And my wife is one much finer lady than your wife. Haha. Oh, dang it. Oh, it happened again. It happened again. Not this again. Dan has a broken arm. That's not what I meant, by the way. I was talking about the fact that this is not working. Okay. I found that if we just kind of like let it sit there, I think it usually tends to fix itself. So, wow. Didn't work. Didn't work. We're just stuck on Badan having a broken arm. Let's see. 1883 show greater than Vincedao, Oregon. So true. So true. It's just true. It's just true. Don't be jealous that me and Badan are about to have a bunch of land and you live in New York City. Ha ha. Ha ha. You city folk. Real. We are in Oregon and you are not. Come on. Just let me play the game. What is this? Stop this. This is the first time we've actually ever played a video game on stream. That's what's funny about it. It's not working. We're done. We can't really. All right. I don't know why it does this. Makes it very annoying to want to play this game. So let's just wait. But Dan is still alive. Somehow he is. That man is resilient. He's caught every sickness. He's broken every single limb, and he's still alive. He's still alive. This is true. This is true. Come on. Let me play the game. Wow. Wow. I feel like this is bringing out a side of me that you guys never see. Like, you're seeing what I'm like when I like play video games. You need a Windows. I know. Okay, I know. Come on. I'm playing the thing. I'm playing the thing. Stop. Okay. Let's just wait. It's over. It's so over. It's so over. We were going to make it to Oregon. We were going to make it to Oregon until the game decided to be dumb. I wonder if we open it in this tab, can it continue the game? We should have opened in that other tab, but I didn't because I'm stupid. There we go. Real. It's so over. We're so back. We need some more food. All right. Come on. Are we getting anything out bigger than a rabbit? Really? Okay, I can't walk through there, so that's not happening. I stand here. I'm just gonna stand here. That's why I need a M16. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're back. Do I have, how many bullets do I have? I have 34 bullets. We're doing just fine. You guys didn't trust the plan. I'll take 81 bullets, sure. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Vince has conserved his patience in the face of adversity. So true. So true. Is Badan the one who goes hunting? How can Badan go hunting? He has like 4 broken limbs and he has typhoid. Oh my gosh. This is fun. I'm glad we did this, guys. I'm glad we did this. Not again. I spoke too soon. I spoke way too soon. All right. Well, I found last time if we open a tab. Okay. Really? Really? Well, this is what I did last time. Let's see if it works. There we go. We're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Just go. Heavy fog. What does that even matter? You can see like 2 feet in front of you. The oxen know what they're doing. They're literally wild animals. Well, they've never seen fog before. Let's go. We're floating down the Columbia River. Wait. Oops. We're doing it. I don't care. You got to live life on the edge sometimes. You really do. You only live once. Come on. Move! 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 I won't let me move! He's dead! He's dead because it wouldn't let me move! This is ridiculous! This is ridiculous! It wouldn't let me move! Gosh. Oh, okay, there we go. Jeez. All right, but Dan is dead. It's just me. Sigma male. Play the Drive Forever song. That's literally me. It is Vince Dow's Little Dark Age. Let's go. That's All Alone, My Little Dark Age. So true, so true, so true, so true, so true. This is not, the controls suck. It's like I have to hit him so hard. Come on. Go. Boom. There, look at that juke. I used to be a running back for a reason. This is so true. No, don't click off the screen, please. I didn't ask you to do that. Look at this. Look at this. It is me alone. I am a lone wolf. I am a Sigma male. It is my little dark age. Let's go. Let's go. I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I walk alone. This is real. This is real. So true. So true. So true. Let's go. Let's go. We need to start a gaming channel, and ironically, I don't even play video games, so that's the problem. All right. How long is this river? I don't know, but we're making it. We're making it. Look at that. Look at that. No one can touch me. Now, but Dan died because the game wouldn't let me move. But now, we have mastered. They cannot stop us. The raft has missed the landing. What? Why did it miss? And how does that make it miss 45 bullets? That doesn't make any sense. Why did it miss the landing? I don't understand. Willamette Valley. Wait, did we make it? Did we win the game? Let's see. Let's go! Let's go! They said we wouldn't do it. They didn't trust the plan. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Vince Dow, the only one that could make it to Oregon. All right. Red Eagle didn't make it. David Carlson didn't make it. Okay. John Doyle, Nathaniel Abbott, none of them could do it. Vince Dow is in Oregon. Only Vince survived. What does this mean? What did Oregon Trail mean by this? Let's go. Let's go. All right. Oh, but you're running out of ammo. Oh, you're not going to make it to Oregon. Let's freaking go. Will you murder 3 of them? No, I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Dalbro's up now. This is real. This is real. Oregon Rose. Let's go. We did it, boys. We did it. We're so back. Let's see how many points you've received. 517 points. But our points are doubled because we're a carpenter. I believe this sets a world record. It should be about a world record. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I was only 400 off from William Vaughn. I think that was pretty close. All right. John Doyle is the only one that you didn't, Clinton. What are you talking about? Oh, because they died when I was trying to wait. No, I thought. Oh wait, no, we killed him because we were trying to get the river. Let's go, Vince Dow nationalism. Literally, only I could do it. Only I could get us to Oregon. This is so true. This is so true. All right, we did it. We did it, boys. What a ride. What a ride. All right. With that said, we'll do Q&A for like 20 minutes and then we'll call it a night. This is so true. Vince is the kind of guy to only use the oppressor in GTA 5. I think that's a cope. I think that's a cope because I use the Hydra and the laser because I'm not a child. But I think you use the oppressor, and this is so true. Vince is the only one in Oregon. Real. The sole Oregon populace. Real. Literally. Yay, we made it to a liberal sanctuary. Okay, in all fairness, Oregon back then was probably based. You know, it's the only place you could get land and live away from civilization. It was probably actually pretty cool to be in Oregon back then. So this is true. This is true. Does this mean we can establish, Vince will establish his commune in Oregon? He will. He will. And his 1800, he'll find his 1800s trad wife, but she'll be multiracial and Indian because apparently that's the story now. And so we're going to have that. And then the community's not invited because they didn't trust the plan. I don't think there's going to be a commune. I think it's going to be just me because I'm the only person left in Oregon. Literally. Okay, live in Oregon or North Dakota. Well, I've made it to Oregon. We're not turning back now. All right, we're not turning back now. VinceDao for Oregon. So Vince will find his Pocahontas. Real. So true. That's just shown Indian that helped us across the river. She actually came with us. Nobody saw this. It was not documented, but we did a Sacagawea. No, it's a Pocahontas. Actually, did a Pocahontas. This is real. So there we go, boys. We should do stuff like this more often. I can't think of a game similar to Oregon Trail though. That's like it's kind of like role playing, you know. I don't know. We salvaged the disaster of a stream. It wouldn't let us react. Jubilee Media would not let us react, but we got it. Vince murders almost everyone in his... Yes. Problem? Do you have a problem with this, Mr. Easy? All right. So true. What a king. What that guy? VinceDao did that. VinceDao must be based. VinceDao must be based. This is true. This is real. And it's not a LARP. I am the lone Sigma male. I am because I'm the only one who made it. I made it unscathed, by the way. Something's up with that. I don't know. It's that rugged Vietnamese spirit, you know. That's really what it comes down to. The boys couldn't keep up. They really couldn't. You know? VinceDao is the OG Oregonian. Real. So true. So true. So yeah. I guess we'll do Q&A or whatever. If you guys want to send questions, everyone just wants to talk about this. Vince's Asian tribe in Gilbadan. So true. It's just so true. It literally is. Okay. Real. Let's go. Oregon mode. We're going Oregon mode. We're going to build a new studio in Oregon. Okay. Loaded the boys into a wagon. Only Vince survived. Let's go. Real. I am inevitable. VinceDao is inevitable. This is so true. For Q&A, thoughts on Emily Jashinki. Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Hold on. Let's see. She is a author at the Federalist. Okay. I don't know. What does she write about? If you're frightened of a post-Roe America, let's take a look at this. Looks a little bit problematic. But let's see. Let's read her articles and decide for ourselves, folks. If you're frightened of the post-Roe America, consider how liberating Dobbs is. All right, let's see. Everything from biology to psychology to common sense indicates that most women are not made to have sex without commitment. Yo, based? Let's go. Okay, I was only concerned because it was like, consider how liberating Dobbs is, but let's see. The reality is liberating. Life changed very quickly. Wow. We don't often think about this way, but contraceptive technologies changed the way we have sex. So too did the abortion industry that developed and flourished after Roe. So true. Taking the procedure from dangerous back alleys into doctors' offices. Children can now be killed with pills. So true. All right. I just discovered who she is now, but I like her. Portnoy, like many guys in 2022, engages in hookup culture. So true. Legalized abortion enables men to engage in the kind of sex that hurts women. Yes. Good. Based. Let's go. I like her. I like this article. I'm pleased with it. Okay. Vince claims to be the lone Sigma male, but has not watched American Psycho. Oh yeah, you watched a movie. You know what I did? I made it all the way to Oregon by myself. Let's go. And by the way, Drive is literally the Sigma male movie. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Although I have to say, me personally, I feel like I'm Baby Driver more than Drive. I really am. And there's Vince, thoughts on Lexi Lore? That's another, I don't know who Lexi Lore is. Who is Lexi Lore? Lexi Lore. She is an actress. She better not be an adult actress. That would not be funny. That would not be Cash Money. I haven't gotten that indication yet, but I'm a little. You know what? We're gonna stop looking into this because I'm kind of afraid that she is. I think it. I assume I might have safe search on. We're not. How much have you door knocked for Laura Loomer? I've not door knocked for Laura Loomer. What about Taxi Driver as a Sigma male movie? It works. Would you support me for governor of Michigan? Sure. Yes, I would. After murdering almost everyone on his way to Oregon, not almost everyone, Vince has literally become the American Psycho. So true. Yes, Lexi Lore is an adult actress. Yeah, I kind of was assuming that, and I didn't look further to confirm it, but there we go. Let's watch some Christian Little Dark Age edits. They always get copyrighted. My channel is like blocked by that band for some reason. I made the Trump edit, and ever since then, anytime I do it, they're not. I can't do it. So, Vince Dow, Stacey Abrams dating SimStream when. Be quiet. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? Who is Andrew Tate? I don't know these people. I know that name, but like, who is he exactly? Let's see. He's an American kickboxer. I don't know. He's a kickboxer. That must make him cool. So, let's see. Have you seen Megamind? And if so, do you like it? I don't know if I've seen it. I don't really have much of an opinion on it if I have. Do you play Wordle? No, I do not. Thoughts on the Daily Wire? I think the Daily Wire is a lot like basically any, conservative news outlet in the sense that they have good people there. They have people there I like. There are people there I'm not the fondest of. But, I think overall they're better than Fox and they're better than Newsmax realistically. And so I am admittedly kind of rooting for like Daily Wire and Blaze TV to sort of overtake like kind of the big two TV networks in that regard. Because I think they're more open and they're more malleable to our ideas than I would say like the big networks are. So that's kind of my take on Daily Wire. Do the 16 personalities test like Noah Boyd said. All right. Let's do it. We should set a stream goal tomorrow. I want to see if we can raise $714. That'd be epic. 16 personalities. Okay. All right. Take the test. Oh, wait. I got to share the other tab. My bad. Okay. It's incredible to finally be understood. You don't understand me. You know who understands me? The Lord understands me, not your stupid test. Okay. All right. You regularly make new friends. I wouldn't say I'm the most social, like I'm always making new friends, but I'm not antisocial either. I'd probably say I'm about here, realistically. You spend a lot of free time exploring Van. Yes, I would agree with that. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. It really depends who's crying, but generally not really. I'll put it about there. You have to make a backup plan for a backup plan. Not really. I tend to just know my plan's gonna work. Like honestly, so it's not really. You stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I would agree with that. I would say that's basically true. At social events, you rarely introduce yourself to new people, and mostly talk to the ones you already know. I would like I'm not horrible about this. I'm not like I said, I'm not totally antisocial, but I'm not like the most social butterfly. So I'll say like slightly agree. Okay. Well, this stupid test vindicate the Sigma grind set. I don't know. The Sigma thing's kind of a joke. All right. But let's see if I actually am. You prefer to completely finish one project? Not really. I actually like work on several things at once. You're very sentimental. 100%. Yes. I'm definitely very sentimental. Like I like will soak in experiences kind of for the sake of it, like all the time. So you like to use organizing tools to, and I really should, but I really don't. So even a small mistakes cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Neutral. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up conversation. Again, I'm about neutral. I'm probably better than most people, but I'm not the best at it myself either. Kind of in the middle on that. You are not too interested in discussing various. Disagree. I do like discussing like abstract things, I guess. You're more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Slightly agree. You usually prefer to do what you feel like at any given moment. Honestly agree, yeah. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. No, I do care. You enjoy participating in group activities. It depends. You like books and movies that make not really. I like for the story to be told. Your happiness comes from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. It's really neutral. Like I'm okay. I don't mind doing either. But you know what I mean? I feel like there's pleasure to be taken in both of them. Interested in so many things, you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Not really. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Not really. You avoid leadership roles. Not true. I actually take leadership roles quite a bit. You're definitely not an artistic type of person. It depends what you mean by artistic. I can't draw, but I am pretty. I mean, when you think about it, I'm pretty creative. Like I do media all the time. You know, I can write. I'll put about there. I think I am artistic. Oh wait, no, my bad. I read that wrong. It's just not. I can't draw. I'm not good at that type of art, but I feel like I am good at other type of art. So, all right. You think the world would be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings? Slightly agree, but not in the Lolbert sense. I'm actually. I guess slightly agree. So if we're talking in a non-political, like objectivist, whatever, then like yeah. But I still think emotions matter, though. I don't know. Whatever. I put that's about right. Further to do chores. Not really, admittedly. You enjoy watching people argue. Strongly agree. I do. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Disagree. I am a little bit bombastic, I think people would say. Your mood can change very quickly. Disagree with that, actually. I really do have a pretty stable sense of like train of thought a lot. You lose patience with people who are not as efficient. Slightly disagree. I mean, I kind of do, but I'm also a pretty patient person. I tend to be rather easy to work with if like realistically, I don't really like, oh, get it done. Like, you know, I'm just like, okay, well, how can we work through this? So last possible moment. Yeah, kind of. You're always fascinated by the question of what happens after death. I have always been fascinated with it, but it's not a question. I know now. You usually prefer to be around others. No. I don't mind being around others, though, necessarily. You become bored or lose interest when. No. You find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are different. I would actually agree with that. You usually postpone finalizing decisions. Not really. You rarely second guess. True, I don't second guess a lot. After a long, exhausting week, a lively social event is what you need. I would agree with that. Yeah, I like to have fun at the end of a hard week. That's not. Although realistically, I usually just sleep more, but it's not. I would say that I enjoy that. You enjoy going to art museums. Yes, if they're not, modern art museums. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No, unless they're very irrational women, but I usually can kind of understand them. You like to have a to-do list for each day. No, I should, though. I really should. You rarely feel insecure. Oh, yeah, I mostly agree with that. You avoid making phone calls. I do prefer to text. So I'll put it about there. But I don't know if I avoid. Okay, you spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are different. I would say that yes, but like not in the sense that I'm open-minded, more in the sense that like I just actually that's just not true. That's just not true. I was coping. That's just not true. In your social circle, often the one who contacts your friends. This is true. This is true. I am always the one like, let's do this, let's do that. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track. Yes. You're still bothered by mistakes. Yes. You rarely contemplate no. Your emotions control you more than you control them. I disagree with that. To not make people look bad. I actually, yeah, for the most part. I don't like to like embarrass people to like totally. I try to like be, spontaneous. That's pretty true, actually. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. No. You love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yes. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical. No. Actually, on this question, maybe a little more like that. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. Disagree. I like the calm. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. Most of the time, yes. Overwhelmed. No. You complete things methodically. Yeah. You're intrigued by things labeled as controversial, obviously. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Depends. You struggle with deadlines. Not really. You're confident that things will work out for you. Yes. Male. All right. Let's see. What did I get? I got a campaigner. Real. That looks just like me. I don't even know what this means, though. What does this mean? Seems Vince skipped a question. Curious. What question did I skip? So I'm intuitive. I'm slightly extroverted, but basically in the middle. That's about right, in my opinion. Nature. That's weird. I feel like I'm actually more rational than emotional, but whatever. Tactics. I'm assertive. That is true. No thanks. Introduction. Campaigners are true free spirits, outgoing, open-hearted, and open-minded. I don't know if that's really accurate. With their lively, upbeat approach to life, they stand out in any crowd. Okay, that part is true. But even then, they can be the life of the party. They don't just care about having a good time. These personality types run deep, as do their longing for meaningful emotional connections with other people. This is pretty true, actually. Independent and creative. Yes. Always look on the lookout for magic and meaning in everyday life. So true. Friendly and outgoing, campaigners are devoted to enriching their relationships and their social lives. Beneath their sociable, easygoing exteriors, they have rich, vibrant inner lives as well. Without a healthy dose of imagination, creativity, curiosity, campaigner simply won't be a campaigner. I feel like that's about me. I'm like a visionary, kind of. I actually think this is pretty good. That's not actually the worst. That's not the worst assessment, in my opinion. So I didn't even know I skipped a question. Now watch Vince download his new personality based on this nonsense result. Yeah, I'm a campaigner, guys. Oh, sorry, it's like astrology. Oh, sorry, I'm a campaigner. Sorry, I'm being annoying. I'm just a campaigner, you know. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I will. I will. They call him Mr. Bombastic. Real. Let's go. I want to see the campaigners you may know. Okay, let's go look at that. Robert Downey Jr., Robin Williams, Quentin Tarantino, Russell Brand, Kelly Clarkson, Will Smith, Meg Ryan, Ellen DeGeneres, Michael Scott, Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man. This is real. I barely know anything about most of these people, if I'm being honest. So whatever. All right. Well, we will end the stream in a few minutes, actually. I'm getting kind of tired, but more importantly, we got to save all the great content for tomorrow. Guys, tomorrow, starting at 7:14 p.m. Eastern time, we have the 7:14 mega stream. It will go for 7 hours and 14 minutes. It's going to be a mega stream. We're going to try to raise $714. I feel like that'd be funny. But yes, so stay tuned for that tomorrow. I'll go. Did I just do that? I think it missed. Or did I unironically swallow a fly? I feel like it. I actually don't know. It's kind of gross if I did. Okay. No way Vince will stream that wrong. Dude, you're just not trusting the plan. Because did I swallow it or did it miss? I can't even tell. Vince is eating the bugs. No, literally, the globalists are forcing me to eat the bugs. I don't know if I did. I don't know. We're never going to know. Okay. 7:14 Eve, the fly swallow. I don't know if I did. Because I tried to close it right before I saw it going there. Okay. Vince is eating the bug. Shut up. Be quiet. Mr. Dow, go to the Run Gen Z event. I will be there. Where? In Florida? I'm not going to North Dakota for your Run Gen Z event. Allegedly, this test is very inaccurate. Okay. I'm sure it is. I don't really care. So... Vince out of context. I hope Vince out of context catches the Oregon Trail rage moments. I feel like they were very funny. It's in Des Moines, Iowa. I don't know. Maybe. 7:14. Yes. He gets it. We got to raise $714 now. That's a new plan. And we got to do this. Everyone sends $700.14. If we have 100 people send $7.14, we can raise $714. That's what we need to do. So, gonna fly Spirit though, rail. He said 7. No, I did it. Retcon, not real. Not real. Okay. Literally not the case. Empty your wallets, real. Literally. So yeah. We're going to end the stream soon. Be sure to leave a like before we end the stream though. Okay, be sure to leave a like right now. Go do it. So let's see. I love myself. Sometimes I struggle with that. I wasn't made a mistake. There was not a glitch. I love how God made me. I love all you fellow campaigners. We got this. This is very accurate. Nadita Kamala. That's probably the woman who hit my car. All right. Very, very interesting. I saved the clip. You need to save the clip of me killing Medan because I couldn't drive the wagon. I feel like that was funny. I feel like that was a good time. I have band camp the same day as the American Virtue event. Gonna see if I can make it. You got to pull up. Let's do it. We want to see you there. Leave early for the American Virtue event. Our event is pretty late. It's at like 9 o'clock in the night. So hopefully you can make it. Let me download the stream so I can clip. Well, it's going to stay up. We're not deleting it. Just screen record it or something. All right. With that being said, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to end the stream here. I will see you guys tomorrow with the 714 anniversary mega stream. That'll be a great time. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a very good night. Be sure to like the stream. Alpha moves only. God bless. May God's grace be with you. Have a very good night and peace. New outro, by the way. So just saying.
And leaving it, I do so with this prayer. May God's grace be with you in all the days ahead.
And it's easy to be discouraged right now, but it won't defeat God's church. Be encouraged. There are thousands of prophets who have not bowed the knee to Baal. And be encouraged. At the end of the day, the bride of Christ will be defended. She will be protected. She will be preserved. And she will be restored, redeemed, and rescued by her Savior. Amen.
So you stayed to the end because you thought, oh, it's 12:01 a.m. on 714. So something funny must happen, right? Who said that? Who said that something funny would happen? So it wasn't me. I didn't tell you. What do you think I'm gonna do? What do you think I'm gonna do? Admit to 714 or something on at 12 a.m.? No. You should just go to bed. You should really just go to bed is what you should do. So I don't know what you expect to happen. I really don't. I did 714. I did.